Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with the second part of Shiki. When many deaths occur in the quiet village of Satoba, Dr. Toshio Ozaki initially suspects an epidemic, but soon becomes convinced that something else is causing them. We are back. Welcome, Flea, and here we are for the second part of this.
Always a pleasure to be here.
And we're
Damn
still
it.
in easy mode. This is actually
I know,
so easy to follow.
Damn it, you know the anime is good because the stream starts, 15 minutes late because we've been talking about the anime.
Yeah, we're like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I suppose we better actually do this live and review it instead of like reviewing the entire series and then having to go over it all again.
It's like we should do it's a shame we can't do a watch together, isn't it?
Another watch party?
Yeah, no, just do kind of like where the viewers can join in for the end, just the entire 24 episodes. I'm sure people have got like 6 hours spare somewhere in their lives.
That would be, that's basically another watch party, and then get everyone to sort of set it up. But we might do that sometime again. A lot of people enjoyed. Yes, that horrible, that cheesy movie. Everyone enjoyed it. That's turned out to be quite a popular episode.
It's Legend of the Overfield. Legend of the
I was
Overfield.
trying to remember the Japanese and I couldn't there for a second.
Trilogy. Everybody remembers everybody knows Legend of the Overfield because it's notoriety. Here in the UK, it's the anime that almost got anime banned.
It still made it the Virgin Megastores, so that's
it still made it into Virgin. No, the only reason it didn't get banned is because this woman, I think mentioned it before, this woman complained that she'd bought her son this like cartoon for his birthday, and it was porn, it was filth, it was tentacles, it was awful. She wouldn't wish on her own worst enemy, and it went to court, and the manga entertainment lawyer and said, right then, are you saying that you are responsible for buying your son an 18, that is adult certificate video? At which point she went, no, and the entire thing was dropped.
But why didn't her own lawyer advise her that before she even went to court? Like, I would have been if did you buy this? Right, okay. Maybe not proceed.
It's like one day it was in the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, and the Mirror. The next day it was gone. I remember it being in Daily Mail anyway.
Wow, fucking rags, tabloids. I hate tabloids.
It's like you've got to love the Daily Mail. It's like the best thing about Daily Mail is by reading through it and then the next day reading through all the corrections.
Absolute shit rag. I always hated the tabloids; it just annoy me. And then the over sensationalization of everything. Sensationalization, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got that word right. I'm sorry. It's been a long weekend.
But it's like rather than giving people the truth, you have to give them something that's fun to read, even if it gets you in trouble.
But that's what the daily sport's for. That's the whole thing. Which is effectively, it was a soft core.
I've no idea. Do you know what?
Have you ever read? Yeah, don't tell me in all your life you've never read the Daily Sport.
Excuse me. On the Daily Sport used to have the headlines on the front and in the bottom left-hand corner and nipple count.
Yes, and then you go through and you read an article, and it goes straight into blah blah blah. This happened, and then he looked at her smoldering eyes and started to undress her eyes. It goes straight into like a proper each of the articles. It was just hilarious.
My favorite. Was this a sport or was it the Sunday Sport? Because I used to read both when I was at work. Oh dear. One of my favourite headlines was World War II bomber found on moon, together with the worst photoshopped image of an American B-29 sitting on top of a crater. This scientist from somewhere, an astronomer wrote up, saying that he'd had enough of these stupid stories, as there was obviously no B-29 Superfortress on the moon. Thanks to this doctor's letter, the next headline was American bomber found on moon mysteriously disappears. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the sport newspaper. Also, there was the bloke who married a lettuce because it was a reincarnation of Marilyn Monroe.
That is just. They were out of the joke. That's the thing. That newspaper. They were just out of the joke, and you knew it.
Like,
and I think there was that tongue-in-cheek element of.
I'm pretty sure it's kind of like the British equivalent of the Fortune Times or whatever it's called in America.
The Americans take our stuff seriously. That's the problem. Like National Enquirer and stuff. There's people like proper like take that stuff seriously. So at least we get it, the joke, and go along with it, and just go, haha, great. Do you remember everyone used to have a sense of humor? Oh, such times. Anyway, we were also talking, funny enough, before we went live about going on tangents not related to the actual thing we're talking about. But
we were talking about this earlier, but
we're going to try and not do that anymore. But I think we failed.
It is kind of related because you do see vampire stories in these things.
There we go. The most tenuous of tenuous links to get us back on track.
Yeah. Apparently, it is. Hang on a minute. Apparently, wow. Apparently, the company responsible for like the world's greatest sports newspaper went into administration on the 1st of April 2011, and everyone thought it was a joke.
Oh dear. Such a loss.
Got to be honest. It was famous because it was a newspaper that had a lot of like bare-chested young ladies in it. But honestly, it did have the best sports coverage ever, together with some incredibly shoddy tabloid journalism, an emphasis on celebrities, bad behaviour, and toilet humour. You can pick up a copy on eBay, apparently, for about 30 quid.
Do you know what, actually? that would be worth it. Oh, that's another good tangent. On Friday there, actually, on the Midnight Signal podcast, my friend Steve and Mike's new podcast, was it their 4th or 5th episode now? They were talking about the Men in Black.
Oh,
so if you have a chance, check that out. That was a fun conversation.
I'll have to check it out because it keeps popping up in notifications, but I'm kind of like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, no, it's about 11 p.m. our time.
Oh,
yeah, that's Friday nights. The stream about 11 p.m. our time. New different hours, though. So they're not as bad as us. I'm going to try and get them on, actually, and we'll find a related movie and get them on the show.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to have a laugh.
There's got to be some horror. There's got to be some really, really cheesy indie horror out there, which is based around Men in Black.
Or just, UFOs, paranormal investigation. There's got to be.
Oh, God, there's definitely plenty of those about.
Yeah. I think we'll have to, yeah. But I'm trying to get them on so that we can talk about a movie and then obviously let people know. Like, they've already started. They've got a really great, their live is really great. There's loads of people on when they go live, and that's, a lot of people chatting and stuff, so it's really cool. For a new podcast that's just started, 5 episodes in. So anyway, check out our community section with the posts, and you'll see where I've posted about the Midnight Signal podcast and what the guys are up to, because, like I said, they've literally only started, so go show them some love as well. Oh, got news.
Definitely.
Welcome, Fanatics. Great to see you. Another new person on stream. Always good to have people join the chat. Right, I suppose we better talk about this actual anime, haven't we?
I was saying we're just
been around the bush.
It's like we've only been here 10 minutes. We're just getting like all the tangents over.
Just getting warmed up. Yep. But we'll start off. Obviously, this is episode 7, 7th Killing Spirit, and we'll go back to my favorite character of all time, Maso. Like,
he's I'm seeing him in a slightly different view after this. I'm seeing him in, it's like there's a slightly positive light. It's very faint, but I actually think he could actually become a mover and a shaker.
Is he going to be the character redemption arc?
I honestly think Masao is entering his. Well, he couldn't get it, couldn't he? Even if he's been turned into a member of the blood-sucking undead, he couldn't be a worse person than he was already.
True. I honestly thought, and this now to think back, that somebody's went, there's that arsehole Maso. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn him into a vampire, but we're not going to dig him up. We're just going to leave him there and let him starve and go crazy.
Yeah, my mind went to exactly the same place when he woke up and he was still basically there in his funeral robes, lying on whatever the herbs were, in a wooden box under the ground. I'm like, wow. The only way it could have been worse if he'd woke up in the middle of the cremation.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to talk about, because I was interested in the fact that there were burials in Japanese society, considering the fact because of space, etc., most Japanese people are cremated, and it's only within the Shinto brand of denomination of Buddhism that burials take place. Every other denomination cremates.
Shinto denomination of Buddhism. Oh, my heart. Oh, that hurt. Oh.
Is that not correct?
No, do you know Shinto is a completely different religion? They've just kind of like worked.
Is it not a denomination of Buddhism? Does it not follow some of the Buddhist principles? And it's
right. No, it's right. It's the original religion of Japan. Buddhism came in through China. It's just kind of like they kind of like made it so they basically work together.
All right, because it's.
But it's because it's
I'm not pretending to know anything. I just had a quick look and went, "Why is this? This doesn't make sense."
Why is this?
Because normally it's the reason for the photograph is that there's no coffin, because it's usually done before the ceremony. Am I not? Is that not right?
Yeah. That's why you have like the huge kind of like altar kind of area covered with flowers and candles and icons and things with the photograph.
Yeah, because the body's already been cremated.
The body's already been cremated.
Yeah, the ashes are there, and the whole point of the photograph is that they don't do like we do. Because even earlier episodes when they did the with Murray, when Natsuno went, they actually opened the coffin. I'm like, what's a coffin doing there?
Yeah, because it is very rare to see the coffin, and they do this weird thing where they have a little trap door in it so that you can look at the deceased's face.
I'm in that unenviable position where I'm too stupid to know every proper detail, but I'm also not stupid enough just to gloss over it. I sort of know something's not right, but I'm also a bit thick. So getting things like Shinto wrong.
See, I've got to be honest. If I was going to be buried in that kind of way with one of those caskets, I'd leave it in my will to make sure that I was put in the casket facing the wrong direction. So when people open the window, it's just kind of like arse.
Yep, or just have the arse sticking up, and that's where the coffin opens.
Yes.
Big smiley face.
Joker mask, maybe. I mean,
nah, it's like I said, I just found it was interesting because the idea of the graves wasn't really fitting in.
But it's kind of normally they're cremated, and then there's a family plot. And you basically you used to just like tip the ashes to like a communal urn and just let everybody mingle.
That's fair enough. That makes more sense. But yeah, we have. Oh God, who do you call him? He's I don't know that character's name. The one that dug him up.
He was. Damn it! Was it Satomi or something like that?
He's the assistant, isn't he? The one with blue hair.
Like he was. God, yeah, he was the library assistant, wasn't he? No, it's not. I was thinking.
No, he's the Shiki's assistant. He's not actually the main vampire. He's the guy with the blue hair, does all the admin.
Oh, the guy with the not cat ears.
Yeah, can't remember his name, but he's the one that digs up Maso anyway and starts giving him a crash course. And you're a vampire now. Here's your life,
or unlife, as the case may be. Yeah, he's like this is what you need to do. And you've got to be honest. It's like it put me off becoming a vampire.
Yeah.
it's just kind of like this is it. You're a vampire now. It's like you've got to stop looking at people as if they're people, and you've got to start looking at people as if they're food. Friends, family, loved ones, close relations. None of that matters now. They're just like pork chops.
I don't know if I get hungry enough, but people look that way to me anyway. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. It's an all or nothing thing with these vampires. It's not like they can take a bit. It has to be completely drain the bodies. And for some reason, which hasn't been explained yet, they can't just go take a bit from different bodies or different people. Like, they have to go back to the same person to completely drain them.
Well, look at Vampire and his obsession with Mina Harker. They did seem to think in Dracula that they could like prevent Dracula from becoming more powerful by kind of like not allowing him to get anywhere near Harker.
But that wasn't that wasn't feeding. Do you know what I mean? That wasn't feeding. That's what I'm talking about here. Just that for some reason that he was obsessed, you know, and that's the only thing about I need to read Bram Stoker's Dracula again because it's been.
I watched
the movie there about a month or two ago.
It must be at least 10 years since I've read Dracula.
Yeah, but I watched the movie there about a month or two ago, and it's a bit cheesy on the rewatch recently. There's certain elements. It's like Winona Ryder's accent is a bit grating, and the end scene is a bit like, what are you doing?
I've got to be honest. If I rewatched it, I'd watch the Hammer version.
I've got opinions about the Hammer. Christopher Lee's version of Dracula, not him, but
Christopher Lee was robbed.
Yep, basically he's done dirty.
But it's kind of like Dracula is treated more like a wild animal than he is treated like an intelligent being.
Yeah, just and that's where they're kind of going here. They're going with but doesn't fit because the actual Shiki family aren't like that.
It's kind of like is
it a level thing? Is it like new vampires are like that, and then
if you listen, if you watch, if you listen to the other Shiki, I'll use Megumi as an example. She's exactly the same as she was in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I could add the word unfortunately to the end of that sentence. It's like she's there. She's kind of like she's sulky. She's angry. She's self-possessed. She's always right. Allegedly.
I just thought
it's kind of like she's not changed any by becoming a member of the undead. They're the same people. It's just that now it's like when night falls, they turn into wolves. Not rabid wolves. Wolves. They turn into hunters.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to admit, I do kind of like that change. I do like that change, but it seems like Blue Cat Ears guy. I am going to look up his name. He's kind of like pulling the strings, and it's kind of coming across that it's not by choice.
There's two. God's sake, I had his name.
I found a list of the names, which doesn't help because there's no pictures. God, I'm sure his name began with T.
Because he faced off with the Doctor.
Yes, he did.
It's oh God.
Hang on. That's him. Tatsumi,
right.
No, began with T.
There's a lot. Once again, there's not all of the characters. I like to have the character's name listed up, and it takes me a minute. They don't have them all there. I hate the way IMDb puts the actors' faces, and you can't. And even the wiki anime doesn't put their just put the picture of the character. If you're going to list it, do it database properly. If you put the picture of the character and their name beside it so that you can keep track. Especially the more complicated ones. Like this is pretty straightforward, but we're getting that point that more and more characters are getting involved. So it's hard to keep track sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, it's like as far as a lot of anime series go, the cast list on this one is huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's I haven't seen many anime out there with this many characters in it.
It's an entire village, you know what I mean? And plus, even the Casamara, the Shikis of Casamara, there's about 7 of them, you know, you think about the staff as well, and
Yeah,
ones that
because
pop back and forward.
we've seen at least 2 maids.
Mm-hmm.
There's the mother figure,
butler.
the father figure, the daughter figure. There's a butler. There's Satsuki or whatever his name is.
And we've got the other guy who's
his name already.
Yeah,
but there's like 7 or 8 of them living there. It seems like all the Shiki are living in like an old deserted schoolhouse or something.
Yeah. But yeah, this 7th episode anyway. We are focusing on Maso's journey. And I think we needed one of these anyway, just to explain the process. So rather than being exposition, why not just take a character through it and see how what happens to them? So it kind of makes sense.
I like the fact that it's kind of like he's like, well, you're one of us now, and you're really lucky because not everyone who gets killed by one of us actually wakes up again.
Like your little brother. That's the first time he smells. He's all happy. I'm like, you're.
It's like your little brother, who he hated anyway. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
that's what I mean. Maso was overjoyed. Oh, he didn't come back. No, I did, and you didn't. I win, sort of thing. You're like, okay.
So it's like, yeah, you're more special than he is. Now,
even though they picked him first, somebody's got to bring that up. That they wanted him first before Maso, and he was the booby prize.
The one thing I want to know is like which of these vampires is like targeting kids, so I can set fire to them. I'm pretty sure they'll burn pretty well because it's like most vampires do.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the bit where it's like it's time to teach you how to feed. Opens the door, and there's like just this kid lying on the floor. There you go, hunt that.
It's already been knocked out for you and weakened.
Like, so he's already been weakened, so he's not going to be a problem, even for you. You needed a shovel to dig harder than that. It's like, wow, that is like a first class dig.
Yep.
But yeah, and but it's like, oh, but if you don't think you can manage it, it's okay. We won't think any worse of you. There's a glass of blood over there in the corner.
This guy's laying into him, like honestly, it's brilliant. And of course, Maso, because he's so narcissistic, he's been the dramatic wallflower, the dramatic butterfly, and not getting the fact that he's been absolutely humiliated.
Yeah. I'm still giving him kudos, by the way. I'm still giving him kudos.
I love the way that the Takata kids, they're going to dig up a grave for the pair of trials. That is optimism.
That's childish enthusiasm.
Yep.
Right.
I'm going to dig a grave with this.
Because it's like, yes, it's like we have to prove we're gonna dig Megumi's grave up to show that she's not there, to show the villagers that they're rising from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think the village is going to be slightly more worried with the fact that these kids have dug a grave up to prove this?
I think when you've seen vampires and actually seen the supernatural for real in front of you the first time, I don't think you worry about. I think you just accept it as part of your life. I think it's the same as being a horror fan. When you use the graphical depictions on screen. God, I can nearly speak today. Depictions on screen, and you're used to that, and then you encounter a normie for the first time, just talking about stuff. and they have a meltdown, and you're like, huh? That movie wasn't even that bad. We'll tell you about this one. And yeah, I think it's a bit like that. If you've seen The Supernatural and you've accepted, get over the shock and all, you just accept it's part of it, of course they're going to understand. You know what I mean? You don't even think about things like that. That's way beyond anything.
Yeah, but I'm thinking what the parents are going to think, that this kind of like high school kid has taken their darling little daughter and son and basically turned them into like Burke and Hare. Look, at body's gone. Right, what have you done with the body, kids? We haven't. What have you done with the bodies, kids?
It's not funny anymore. Put it back.
It's not funny anymore. Look, if you don't tell us where it is, it's going to start to smell. We need to put it back. But I really enjoyed episode 7.
Mm-hmm. Especially, it was cool as well coming back after 2 weeks from episode 6 and able to jump back into the plot again. And I didn't feel like I'd lost anything or needed to go back.
You're just talking about the fact that this is just like one plot that follows one plot line, aren't you?
Yeah.
After
refreshing.
After Boogie Pop Phantom and Heavenly Delusion and Paranoia Agent and a couple more.
Yeah. Yeah, this is easy mode.
What's the plot of this anime? Pretty colours.
What it's doing though now, as we're getting into the later episodes, is it is branching off, but it's the relationships between characters. Like, for example, in this one, I'm so happy that Toshio apologized to Seishin for his behavior. So I'm glad that we've got that resolved. And it might seem silly, but I hate series where there is all like tension between characters and then it just evaporates like it never happened. Star Trek used to do that because it was episodal. You'd have 2 major characters, what'd you call him? Riker and the other one were both banging Troy.
Oh, that's Star Trek. Oh, fair enough. I thought you were talking about proper Star Trek.
No, but you know what I mean? The 60s one was, you took that word. It didn't do any of that nonsense.
OG series was the best.
The OG series was, that was classic episodal TV.
That was kind because the OG series was kind of like Kirk. It was always Kirk would have an altercation with a member of his crew who was always dead by the end of it because they were the bad guy.
But that everyone else was like in one unit. Even the movies were like that. They didn't bother with the stupid drama, but Next Generation did start to try and inject that in. But the problem was that they'd forget about it, and then the characters would be like best buddies the next episode, like it never happened.
It's got all the making up. It's all the making up happens in the background because like no one wants to see that, but we do. We need to see that.
It's a resolution. It's not, okay, what happened? Oh, there's another start date. Yeah, and I'm just using an example of something that shouldn't have had that stupid drama in.
Yeah.
But you see that's all the time with shows. Like they'll never give you a payoff or a resolution. They'll start a plot thread and then
right. Resolution is actually quite a big thing in anime. I mean, it's horror in its own way, but I'm going to use Dragon Ball Z as an example, where you'll have people who hate each other and want to basically fight each other, but while they're fighting, they're shouting things at each other, and they realize that they're fighting against each other, but they're both fighting for the same kind of thing, and they resolve it during the fight, and afterwards they shake hands, become best buddies, and go on. But at least the resolution is there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Riker runs up to someone, punches them in the face. The episode ends. The next episode starts. Everybody's best friends again.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, but why are they best friends? Because they were killing each other like last week.
No, and that's what I mean. Just a simple thing of Toshio apologizing to Seishin, having that grace to do it, and then going, What were you trying to uncover anyway? I'm sorry, I was so angry, basically, because I was frustrated. And even Seishin understood that, but the fact that Toshio had that self-reflection, it shows why they're friends, if that makes sense.
It shows the maturity. It shows the maturity of the characters and the writing behind the series, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's it's just that little payoff, things like that shows that yes, under tense circumstances, we all do it as friends. We all lash out at each other or have a bad day or something, But it has to be bad at the end of friendship. You know what I mean? There has to be more than
Mm.
one thing doesn't do it. It has to be multiple things.
I understand. I understand why. Joshua, you get angry because he's still kind of like fixating on all these people are dying because of some kind of epidemic.
He's a healer. If he's a healer and he's not healing, he's not answering his calling.
Hmm.
And
But
he
it's
feels like he's failed. I get it. I
Yeah.
get frustrated. Like, it might sound stupid, but even things like this podcast, when I don't feel like it's going the way it's going, or I haven't done enough, or it's not reaching enough, for the effort put in, I get annoyed. You all hear me in the background. When I'm like, "Oh, what the hell am I doing wrong?" or blah blah blah. When things happen, and even if it's outside my control, we all do it. If you're a passionate person and you're invested in something, you're going to get frustrated.
I'm making notes. I'm making notes. Less tangent, more talking about the anime in question. Well, it's kind of like it's great because it's like I kind of wondered when the pair of them broke up whether or not it was kind of like going to split the plot and you'd be following Toshio in one half and you'd be following Session in the other. Now they're back together again. It's like Watson and Holmes.
Mm-hmm. And they're going their different directions and they pulled it together. I like that.
Yeah, it's like they're still doing individual things, but in a way that it's going to like benefit each other.
Yeah, use what you mean? People with different skill sets, employing their skills, and having a common cause, and then using those skills to complement each other.
Unlike these problems where you've got one person who's got all the powers of deduction and ability and everything that needs them to carry on with the case, then you've got one person who's just there to carry the shovel.
Yeah, I find that boring. Oh, there's Steve. We were just talking about your last episode there, Steve, on Friday about the Men in Black. So I've said people to go back and check it out on the rewatch. It's cool. You guys are doing absolutely amazing. Only 5 episodes in, and your live chat is so vibrant. Like for each stream, it's fantastic to see. There you go. I've been too nice this weekend. People are going to wonder what's wrong with me. I'm being like nice.
Like you must have had a really, really good weekend.
Well, I was getting some things done in the background, and yeah, there's stuff happening with the publications, which I'm really excited about. They're starting to appear in places, but I want the database to finish doing its thing before I start sharing it around, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm super excited just seeing it all happen. We're coming up to the 5th birthday, and I've a couple of videos in, people wishing us a happy birthday. So there's still time to do that, folks, by the way, before the birthday stream. Check our socials. All the instructions are there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it this weekend. And this helped. This is a good show. I'm enjoying it. It's really simple and just not stupid, just simple. Simple doesn't have to be. There's nothing wrong with a simple plot.
It's a good plot because it's one of those plot that kind of shows you both sides of the story. It's not like the bad guys are mysterious and hidden away. They're quite in plain sight.
Yeah, but they're not giving us all the background yet. You know what I mean? They're holding that. We're only getting bits of what their plan actually is. But we know who they are. Everybody knows who everybody is. There's none of this ha sort of stuff. And what we're seeing throughout this series are the characters, then how they're dealing with it. And like episode 8, 8th night, the other subplot that's developing here is Seishin and Sunako.
Sunako, God, evil child.
Well,
what a great character, though.
Here's the thing, though, and I'll go right back to Let the Right One In. What age are you? 12, but I've been 12 for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very, very. I do wonder. It's like as the other two main characters up at like the chateau, we'll call it. kind of like act as her parents. Are they her parents or are they her children?
Who knows? That might be a thing that
No,
comes out.
no. Like it's like
Once
if you
again, we know the characters, we don't know their backstories, and I now understand why this is 24 episodes long. Is this is not it's not going to convolute us with loads of like plot points that we'll have to follow. It's a character story, and I like it. I like the fact that we know what the plot is. The vampires are basically trying to take over this entire village, build a colony for whatever reason. But that's not what the story is. The story is the characters and how they're dealing and interacting and changing to their new realities.
He's going to love the second half. He's going to love the second half of this series, chap. Have expectations. But it's like Sunako, right? The way she talks is different from everyone else. She talks as if she's way older.
And Seishin's picking up on that. He had written her off as a girl, but in this episode, he's not, and you can actually see him developing feelings for her. And I'm not talking about. I don't think it's like a sexual thing, like a pedophile thing. I think he's actually this has been like an every night. This is his place of retreat he goes to to sort out his thoughts, his writing, and everything else. And she's been visiting him.
I wouldn't call it feeling. I'd call it respect.
There's something more. It's not just
It's like she's no. I mean, in the first time they met, in the first 6 episodes, when they met, he talked to her as if she was a child. Even when he slipped out the and called her Chan, little girl, and she got really angry with him. He's always kind of treated her like a child. But in the last couple of episodes, and especially in this episode, he's talking to her and treating her as if she's an adult.
Yes. Because the dialogue, that's what I'm saying, you can't have those in-depth conversations. Like he's having, this has been going on, we get this from this episode, this has been going on continuously since they arrived. Since he first met her, this has just been going on. We just don't need to see every interaction. And you see his flip and his change, and then you see him actually wondering, just before the moment that the dots join, he realizes that she's a Shiki, if that makes sense. But he's intrigued, like this little girl, and he's having these in-depth conversations and actually challenging him, and he's developing. You can see him internalizing, because even when he's on his own after she's left, he's internalizing this. What's going on? Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking about her? Blah, blah, blah. Because he's almost found a soulmate, if that makes sense. Because he's a deeply introspective person. He's, even his relationship with Toshio, he doesn't make friends easily. You can see that with him. He's got this dichotomy of he's a monk, but he's also a horror writer. You know what I mean? He's got these two sides of his life that he's trying to balance, because one doesn't fit with the other.
Yeah, it's obvious the writing side of it doesn't fit with him, because he's got the scars to prove that. But it's like I actually think he's the kind of character where he had quite a successful life. It went wrong. He ran away from his life, which is why he became a monk. So he can spend like the rest of his time thinking about the things he's done. It's almost like Sunako is reminding him of that side of himself, which is, I think, that's why there's the introspection. There's all the thought. The fact that the way this scene didn't end in the way I thought it was going to end, because she turned around and left.
Yeah, I thought she was going to turn him, but
it was obvious when she came in, and when the conversation started, she was there for one reason. He was prey, but it's like because he's the simple are you a Shiki made her turn around and leave. I am so interested to see in the next episode how this progresses.
But this is what I'm saying, the difference between this show, that plot. They've kept the plot simple, but what they're doing is they're giving us these in depth, these sort of interactions between the characters and antagonism, protagonism, and relationships being formed as this new reality takes hold in this area. That's the part that's going to keep us wondering and how these all develop.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, I think we made that decision. That was part of the thing before it went live. It was like, are we going to hold off the last 12 episodes, or we're doing the Nord 2 stream to just finish it? It's like,
yeah, because
we'll have to get to the end of this. We can't put it back on the wheel. We'll have to get to the end of this.
If there was a second series, yes, it'd be on the wheel. But
the second series would, yes, but we've got to finish this.
It isn't. It's an entire story in one series. Mm-hmm. Shall we go back to the kids digging Megumi up?
Yeah, well, this is where they say, "Oh, Megumi's not there." It's not really a shock because we all know that she's running about the place. You know what I mean? Still stalking Natsuno.
I mean, he's seen her. I mean, he's actually, yeah, he's seen her. He's actually seen her.
Not directly. It's always through the shade of the window. And sure, the last thing he had was when he ripped up her note and it was gone.
That's evidence for me. You wouldn't catch me in a graveyard at dusk digging up a corpse to see if it's a vampire or not.
Because even when he was asleep with Toru, he thought he was dreaming. No, when Toru, the visited Toru, when he was a pallet on the floor, he thought he was dreaming. He wasn't 100% sure. This is him clarifying his mind to go, I'm going to be sure that I'm not going insane. But anyway, as we all know, they dig up the grave. Megumi's not there because we know she's not. But then we have this other guy. I don't know who he is. I know he's one of the characters. I can't remember his name.
The random kidnapping.
Yep. But he turns up to start to fight them.
It's never actually explained why he's there, is it?
No, because it doesn't make sense. Unless they're always hanging around the graveyard for some reason.
I'm trying to work out where in the village, the house where it's like all the new Shiki are being kept are. It seems to be somewhere just off to one side and below the castle.
Yeah.
But I can't work out exactly where in the layout of the village that is.
Because I don't think they get to go to the castle until a certain time. Like they're not having new vampires running about the place.
If it's kind of like traditional Japanese folklore horror, they'll stay up there, take over the village, and then just move into the houses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the ultimate plan. No, only normal people hang out the graveyard, but these are weirdos. Of course, it's normal to hang out in a graveyard, but these guys are a bit odd, so they need a reason for doing it. Plus, there's no food up there.
Well, unless someone's up there digging a corpse up, I mean.
Yeah, but that's not happening every bloody day.
It is in this anime.
Yeah, well. But I just love the way Natsuno's like, I can't believe I killed someone after repeatedly hitting them around the head with a shovel. What do you think's going to happen? Hitting somebody around the head with a shovel at full blast repeatedly is, 99% chance going to kill them. Like, you're not having a good day.
My thoughts in this scene went in the opposite direction. Oh my God, I've killed a man. You can't kill him. He's a vampire. He's got no pulse. Of course he hasn't. He's a vampire.
Yeah, but we're doing that as the audience. They're still, is this all real sort of thing? They're still at that phase. Obviously, after this episode, it kind of goes out. You know what I mean? It becomes, we're doing that, but they still have that wee bit of doubt. But this kind of removes it. But yeah, a shovel to the head's going to ruin your day.
I think maybe it's my sense of humor, but I'm kind of thinking like after all, like Station Sunako. Serious, right? Digging up like their friend's grave to see if their body's still there. Really, really serious. Smacking a guy, right? Guy comes out of the bushes, grabs hold of how old is she? I think she's supposed to be 13. A young girl, drags off into the bushes, screaming. A chase. The shove around the side of the head. The conversation after that, was it supposed to be kind of like lightening the load a little bit?
Possibly.
It made me laugh.
No, I was laughing. No, trust me, I was laughing. Like, you hit somebody right in the head 2 to 3 times, full tilt with a shovel, and then you're like, I might have killed him. It's like, no shit, Sherlock.
So the only thing that could have made it more funnier for me was if they actually used like a proper like cartoon kind of like
Bong! Bottom type stuff. Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
No, I think that's kept for the anime dogs. They're the like comedy in this. Like
that anime the dog was only in it for one shot.
Yep, that was still.
it got my when she said, "Would you like to go for a walk?" It got my hopes up, but then he just kind of like turned around and walked into his kennel, and I was
no,
like,
he didn't. He just slid back in anime fashion. He just went.
I'm kind of like, but we need the dog in this because the dog is strange, very strange.
But that's not the weirdest thing about this episode. Natsuro's parents. This little girl appears at the door with a ventriloquist dummy.
This little girl. Do you mean Sunako?
That's not her.
That was Sunako.
No.
Yes.
I thought it was somebody else.
No, that was Sunako.
Oh, radio.
With the doll that was bigger than she was. Because I like this episode because it's kind of like we were saying that Sunako is a very like mature, very adult, very calm character. Well, this is just her being evil.
Right, I thought it was another kid because it's not even her same man. She was more like Megami, to be honest. So she's proper schizophrenic then.
He's like just a very good actor.
Yeah, because this is just
that doll was a bit creepy.
Never have hippie dippy types should never have kids because talk about irresponsible parents. Hello, weird child that looks as if they're slightly unhinged.
But
just go into our son's bedroom and wait for him.
To be honest, it was Mum's fault because Dad. I can't understand why he didn't like his dad until we met his character, and then it's like this is suddenly like I totally understand why he doesn't get on with his dad. And it's like his dad's going like, "Who are you? No, go away. No, you can't come in." "Oh, but darling, she's just a child." And it's like, "Oh, in that case, yeah, come in and wait."
Yeah, that someone like
it's like it's a kid who's about 5 foot tall carrying a doll of I don't know, a geisha that's at least 7 feet tall with a fully functioning arm and like mouth and eyes.
Yep, and that's okay. I'm a literally talk through the doll.
That was just.
No, that's
what a great see that to me that just the entire character. I mean, she was dressed up as an elementary school kid, which puts her at being about what 5, 6, and it's like she's there like the blue stereotypical like blue Mac yellow hat, probably wearing a backpack. It's like with this huge doll, and she's just kind of like peeking from around behind it and talking, and the doll's eyes and hand and mouth are moving. That's some good horror shit right there.
Oh yeah, and then the shadow as well with her eyes.
That is some great stuff.
Like, never mind being a vampire. That's you don't let that into your house. That's creepy as hell. That's gonna just be nothing but trouble. All right, give me 1 wee second. I need to go check something. Be
Yeah,
right back.
no problem. See, if somebody like that carrying a doll like that turned up at my door at this moment, through the microphone that's sitting on my desk at the moment, you'd hear the revving of chainsaws as I chase them off. Sunika, still my best character. I would tell some jokes while Colin's gone, but Colin wouldn't appreciate it because my jokes are terrible.
Sorry about
Oh, I was about to say, Colin, hurry up! I was about to start telling jokes.
that. Oh dear. Don't know what that might have. I don't know. That'll either scare everybody away, or bring more people in. Maybe the best
People
episode ever.
will be booing. I've warned them. Terrible. So yeah,
But Natsuno's parents, basically, that's it. That's the end. Once they've done that, and also my brother will be coming too.
That's fine, isn't it? Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's never going to go well.
But it's like I kind of want to see more of that side of Sunika though.
I did not, honestly, just the way that the phrase it, I didn't realize it was her. I thought it was someone else.
Oh, what's it? If you remember the bit where they're in one of the further episodes where oh my god, Tatsuki, you know, the guy with the blue ears, Tatsumi, whatever his name is, and they're planning like a certain raid that they're going to
That's
do.
this one, the ninth coffin, where basically
and the girl, like the you see the girl with the girl with the doll standing at the back of the group.
Mm-hmm.
He actually calls her by name.
Ah, right, I messed up it. Yeah, it was me.
Because when I sit watching anime, I'm basically like eating crisps in bed with the tablet resting on my chest about 6 inches away from my head, earphone doing just like munch, munch, munch. Everyone else. But yeah, I've got to be honest. I hated the fact that where Eighth Night ended. It just seemed to cut off in the middle of something, and I know they do that to keep people waiting, but it's like I needed 5 minutes more of this episode.
Yeah, I suppose that's the beauty about binge watching or watching like one after the other. Like, imagine having to wait a week. Imagine watching this on TV and having to wait a week for the next one.
We've had this conversation before, haven't we? Because I'm kind of like yeah. Most of these I've had to wait a week between episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, God, no, that's way too frustrating. But yeah, in the ninth coffin, we sort of get a bit of the story of the lore behind him and the character of Shiki and his brother. And it's a bit of a mix, did a bit of a mixture between Midas, and Kate, basically the Midas touch, but it turned everything to shit. But
terribly sorry. I'm jumping back a couple of episodes. I'm terribly sorry. Seventh killing, Eighth Night, when Seishi and Suzuko are having their conversation, and the bit where the bit where he's describing his book to her, and she turns around and says, "Oh, it's like the story of Cain and Abel," and he asks her, "It's like Sunako, are you able?" Right? I had a role playing moment. Vampire the Masquerade. I went, she's not able. She's Kane.
Mhm.
And I was just kind of like, oh, then I stopped it and went back and watched the episode again from the beginning. Oh, sorry, I had to get that out of me.
For those that don't play Vampire the Masquerade, basically all vampires are descendants of Cain. That's the lore. That was actually the mark of Cain, was to become a vampire. That's what they used for the lore of the story, and then that sort of carries on throughout it.
Come on, it's a great story.
I love Vampire the Masquerade. I just hate the people that play it because most of them are idiots.
I'm interesting that someone from IMT, Strain, is going to be running a game of 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
I've not been accepted into it, which I'm sad about, but also at the same time, the only reason I can either play it or watch it play, because I just want to see how different it is of 20th anniversary, which is the one I play.
Well, basically, if you remember the White Wolf opening, I am not a vampire. I'm not a wizard. I do not drink blood. Blah blah blah. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
The 5th edition's like, trigger warnings. I'm like, fuck right off.
There's a description of a vampire in 20th anniversary edition. Apologies for the
by the way, check my unboxing video of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition if you just want to go into it.
But it's like there's a thing where it describes the vampires, and it describes vampires like vampires need blood to survive. They drink blood, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
According to the 20th anniversary edition, vampires only have one bodily fluid, and that's blood. It's like if they exert themselves to the point where they sweat, like technically vampires can't sweat, but if they did,
but if they want to show that they're sweating, it's you're using up your blood points.
No, vampires would sweat blood. Yeah.
No, you can. It's an ability. You can make yourself look as if you sweat, but that uses up.
This is canon. This is in the
rules. Oh yeah, normally yes.
Like if a vampire cries, a vampire cries blood. And this is in. If a vampire has sex, it gets very messy very quickly.
Yeah, but that's where you can use points to hide that. So say you've got a compulsion or you're trying to charm someone or do your things, that's where you use your blood points. But then if you use too many, you go into a frenzy. And
it's great because so many times, the thing that put me off like Vampire the Masquerade was like, sexy vampires. What's sexy about HIV? Which is basically what a vampire is.
Yeah, that was covered well in the Blade movie, like the first Blade movie, the best one,
Yeah.
When she says to oh fuck's sake, what do you call him? The one's trying to resurrect the blood god. You're nothing more than a sexually transmitted disease, because he had a scar before he was turned. Like that was brilliantly woven into that movie. Yeah. It's not often you get clever movies from Hollywood, but that was.
I blame Edward Cullen.
As you know, the official stance of the Horrific podcast says vampires don't fucking sparkle.
No. Right.
Even if some of our co-hosts will disagree, I don't care. That's
right. The only way a vampire should sparkle is if you throw iron filings onto the fire while you're burning them. That's the only way they should be sparkles anywhere near a vampire.
That was a whole trend, and it kind of destroyed. And the virus thing, the whole idea that everything's. I've talked about this ad nauseum, by the way. The virus trope, the fucking a vampire. You can't tell the difference between a vampire, werewolf, or a zombie. It's all homogenized, and they all look the same, and it's all shite.
No,
that pisses me off.
Right. I've seen Vampire 5th edition played.
And I blamed 28 Days Later for
that. Not Vampire. Sorry, I've read Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've had a flick through the Werewolf Apocalypse 5th edition, and you know how werewolves are powered by rage.
Yep.
Right. The werewolves in 5th edition still have a rage meter. They still use rage points, yeah, but it feels like they've taken all the rage out of the game. It's not rage now. It's mild annoyance. I think they've taken Black Furies, Geta Fenris, and Red Talon out of the game. So it's like all the really militant, really angry ones have been removed from the game. The clans are they're more like houses of a sorority now.
But that's not the point. That I've played both games, you know what I mean, and there's something to get from each.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. It's being an inhuman monster, just a different type of inhuman monster. But everything's just got homogenized and it's boring now. At least with this series, we're going back to traditional vampires. We're going back to holy symbols, fear of sunlight, the insatiable thirst for blood, which has been removed. If you think about it, most modern vampire movies over the last 10 years, it's just an optional extra if a vampire drinks blood. It might do, it might not want to. You know, the absolute thirst taking over their body and not being their control, and just the idea that they'll rage, they'll go into an absolute frenzy.
Yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
we can't do that anymore.
It's right. What I am about to say, I think, is quite sad. Yeah. But out of all the various books, computer games, role-playing games, films I have seen recently, yeah, the Shiki and Shiki are more vampire than any vampire that has appeared in a lot of the films and things around here for quite a few years.
Yep.
Because they act like vampires.
The last proper vampire movie was 30 Days of Night.
I haven't seen that, but
you have to watch. Oh god, yeah! If you want to see proper vampire, proper inhuman,
recommended to me quite a few
Blood Vessel. Sorry, my mistake. Blood Vessel came out after that. That's a good one. That's set in World War II.
Oh, that does
proper inhuman vampires. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is great.
No, what I mean, Nosferatu style vampire. You know that. Oh yeah, then obviously Robert Eggers Nosferatu, but that's a remake. I'm not really counting that as a. You know, I mean that's just the same tale. It's still great, enjoyed it, but I'm talking about new, modern vampire tales.
Yeah, it annoys me that in fiction, in the past, I'm going to go back like 10 years, 10, 12 years, something like that. It's almost like they're filing the teeth off vampires. It's like they're like cutting the claws down. They're trying to make them like. It's like they're not. It's like the
kittens. They want them to be like kittens that maybe nip at you.
Yeah, the vampire. The vampire is supposed to be like the ultimate undead, like the prince of the night, like the king of the night, if you want to. It's like it's supposed to be ridiculously powerful, almost unstoppable force of nature that is going to come into your house. It is going to drink your blood. You are going to become one of them, and they're just trying to take that away. They're trying to do with the vampire what they seem to be trying to do with a lot of villains. They're trying to make people feel sorry for them. They're trying. It's kind of like they're trying to do what George Lucas did to Darth Vader in Star Wars, where it's like, he's Anakin Skywalker. You've got to feel sorry for him because he lost his wife. It was his fault. He's kind of like he's sad, he's sorry, he's kind of like he's a hero in his own way. He's the guy who destroyed the Emperor for love of his son.
Can I get through one stream without somebody mentioning that shite franchise, please? Any chance?
I only mentioned it. I mentioned it for effect.
What, to give me a headache?
Yeah. No, because I couldn't think of anything more shocking than actually what they're trying to do to monsters these days.
Yep.
It's like another example. The new Godzilla movies, where Godzilla's the good guy. Versus. So you've got Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla versus Kong 2. The other one, there's probably another one that I can't remember the name of because I haven't watched it. And then you've got coming from the other side of the world, you've got like Shin Godzilla. You've got Godzilla -1. The monster is the monster.
There's no reasoning or petting
There's
it in the
no,
head.
yeah. There's no reasoning with it. There's no talking it out of things. It's right. It's a tornado. It's heading. You can't step in front of a tornado and say, I'm totally sorry, old chap, but it's like, just put a new roof on the house. We really can't afford to lose it. And their problem would be, and I'll turn left and go and hit this old codger's shed instead. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. A monster is a monster. A monster is a monster for the sake of it being a monster. I can't stand what people are doing to them.
No, that's why my favorite monster are still demons. They haven't managed to screw with demons yet.
Give them time.
I know they will. I know they'll fuck it up. It's only but even I reviewed their The Conjuring Last Rites, and a demon's still a demon.
Conjuring Last Rites is it indie?
What, The Conjuring? No, it's Blumhouse.
Is it? God,
yeah, James Wan.
I haven't watched any of the Conjuring films. I need to watch. I need to watch more horror that I haven't watched. But it's just kind of like
it's like see, trying to cover horror. It's like having a thimble and trying to empty the ocean.
See, my problem is
impossible task.
I've watched too much mainstream horror, and mainstream horror just made me shake my head.
Oh, same here. But that's the mainstream anyway. Just to ruin everything. Everything has to be fluffy because people are shit. But back to this, we're actually seeing like the vampires here are not messing about.
It's like I'm sorry, but where were we? Because my tangent, my tangent is just totally derailed me.
We revisit Seishin's story that he's developing about basically the two brothers, Shiki and his brother, and the fact that everything he did, he was just cursed even before his brother. So like he pulled water up from the well, it would turn to dirt. He would go fishing, the fish would be poisoned. He couldn't do anything, and he was reviled by the village. But his brother was loved. It was like yin and yang; they were the opposites. So Shiki kills his brother and then gets cursed.
Yes, I remember that because it's like Shiki follows his brother around for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Cain and Abel.
Yep. The sort of ghost of what went wrong. The regret, the guilt. That's what they forever. As one of them things. Yeah, it was a good one. And then also we'll go back to Toshio, and then he's noticing the bite marks, and then I like the idea of the mosquito. I like the idea that the vampire injects. Now, this is where it kind of went wrong. Like we're talking about, like the over science and things, removes the supernatural lore. But I like the fact that he's trying to like distill this down into scientific terms. But it doesn't mean he's going to provide a scientific solution.
Yeah, I think it works in here though, because it's one guy's theory. It's one guy who's trying to like work it out inside his own head. He's not trying to force it down everybody's throat. Because I think after this, he doesn't mention it again, does he?
No, he's just like I said, he's just trying to reason in his own mind what this is, because he's a man of science, not supernatural. But then this is where him and Seishin's friendship. They're both trying to do good, but they do good in different ways. And then this is where they're going to be able to team. This is where they team up. One, you can't have one without the other. Individually, they're not going to be able to do this.
I've got this image in my head where it finally clicks and the A-Team music starts playing in the background.
Oh yeah, and that's where the
I don't
nitrate, the crosses, the blasting the bullets and all that. The actual combining, which will be fun.
The bath full of holy water. I'm still going for the Lost Boys in there.
Yeah. We see that Toshio is just burning himself out. Like even the nurses at the hospital are just like, "What do we do? How do we help him? How do we stop it? He's gonna," because he's staying up all night. He's trying to protect the latest victim.
Yes.
But then this side plot comes in, which I was not expecting.
The wife. A
What?
great, it's like side plot.
Yeah.
Surprise, he's married.
What the hell is that?
The thing he's married to, I'm not quite sure. I couldn't get over the hair.
It's like Megami, but less like more dumb and more bimbo-esque. And if Megami grew up and got hit in the head with a brick, that would be Toshio's wife.
Do you get the? I actually think Toshio is a lot shallower than people think, and he totally married her for her looks.
No, I think it's a semi-arranged marriage.
Is it though?
Because the
Because
fact that his mother is
his
so involved.
his mum absolutely hates her. Also, reveal Toshio lives with his mum. His wife lives in the city, and we don't know if it's because of work or because of his mum or whatever.
Yeah.
The only thing we know about it is she is thick as a brick.
Absolute plank.
I've met bedposts with more intelligence than that lady has.
Do you know? Do you know when you see two people together, you go, "Why?"
Yes.
Oh god, this is just so random now, and you're like, "What the heck? What's this leading up to?"
It's like it is. It's kind of like right. Okay, this is anime. As you have no doubt learnt by now, everything that happens in an anime happens for a reason.
Oh, without a doubt. That's why I'm trying to go. Where is this going?
There must be a logical, rock solid reason why this bimbo. I'm not even apologise to call her that. Why this bimbo has suddenly appeared? Because it's kind of like it kind of pulls the anime slightly off rail.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like where's this gonna go?
Well, we'll kind of see because it's the next episode. She starts hanging out with Tatsumo.
She does have a purpose. There is one purpose that she's fulfilled so far, and that's to do with the. Is that no? It's next episode, isn't it? Where the daughter of the woman who is being cared
No,
for.
this happens as the raid happens this episode, and then we jump back the next episode to the planning of the raid.
Oh, you do know it because because the daughter of the old woman.
No, the granddaughter.
Oh,
sorry, the daughter. Yes, now has been feeding on her mother.
Yeah, and she comes in and she's standing outside the window, and Dr. Toshio just leans out the window and goes, "You do not have permission to come in here. You are not coming in here." And I'm like, for the first time, somebody has stood up there, and she turns and walks away.
Because that them's the rules.
Well, yeah, that's it. Then that's something you don't see. When was the last time you saw like to actually invite a vampire into their house?
The only time I've seen that, I think I've talked about this before, the only time I've seen that in action or the lore behind it is Let the Right One In.
Yes.
And both the original and remake do it beautifully. What happens if the vampire goes into the house without being invited? It's the only story I've seen that explored. God, I need to watch it. I like to watch that every year or two. That's one of my revisits.
What are we doing to like the legacy of horror?
Oh. It's starting. It's believe it or not, see the indie scene. See French horror, for example, or Korean horror, or even J horror. Like they're keeping it going.
I'm going to mention it again. My favorite horror film is A Tale of Two Sisters, which is a Korean horror flick. Because of all the horror films I have seen in the past God knows how long, it is the only one I have watched that has actually shit me up.
That end scene.
The kitchen
scene. No. The end scene, how the events transpired and why the new wife, who was the housekeeper, is the one being tormented. Just
I need to rewatch it, but no, I threw stuff I had on my lap. I threw across the room during the kitchen scene. That kitchen scene is intense. That kitchen scene is amazing. It has no sense whatsoever until that it is revealed to you, and it reveals it in such a way. There's no wind up. There's no kind of like music slowly going like dun 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 dun. It just goes bang straight in your face, and I love that.
that was my opening for the horrific movie marathon. Do you remember that time I did 48 hours straight just watching and reviewing movies?
Yes. Have you recovered from that? Have you recovered from that yet? By the way,
No, I think it's still in the back of my head.
Oh.
Like that, when I was starting to actually lose my grip in reality by movie 18.
48 hours. Well, 48 hours of anything would do that to a person. Good grief.
But if I ever get time off again, I might do that as a watch party rather than like watching and reviewing. Just do watch parties and then try and get more movies in. That was something. You have to try something like that at least once in your life. That's when you're pushing the boat out and really testing yourself. Like you could do 24 hours of anything easy. That's a piece of piss. When you get into 36 hours of sleep deprivation and having to concentrate the whole time, like you could just sit and watch movies and not take anything in, but when you're having to review them, you have to like take the details in. So you don't get the luxury of just switching. It's not like just sitting watching the TV, if that makes sense.
I once survived an anime convention thanks to Pepsi, Pro Plus, and nacho cheese flavored Doritos.
The amount of sugar and caffeine I had over that period was ridiculous.
I was kind of like
I didn't have solid food for 48 hours. But wow. Yeah, that movie, A Tale of Two Sisters, was the opener.
I love that
film. That was a good start.
If I told people how much I love that film, this channel will probably get banned.
But yeah, this isn't graphic. That's the thing about this. It's still pure horror. They still managed to get the atmosphere and that without being graphic, which is I like that. I like the fact I don't. You know what I mean? I love graphic detail. I love depictions, but I'm not into when it takes away from the story. It doesn't.
Yeah.
When it's a replacement for the story, I'm not into it. I think it's cheap. But this is doing the atmosphere, the character development, and it's also showing that these are inhuman monsters. They might talk like humans. They might still have some of the sensibilities of their previous lives, but they're not that anymore. And the raid in the hospital.
It's like, yes, because they're vampires. It's what vampires do, but so many people seem to have forgotten about that because of this weird romanticism of vampires that happened with, like, Twiglet.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, folks, a Twiglet is just a stick that's been flavored with Marmite. Love it or hate it. But it's like talking about chilling and horror. The actual hospital assault at the end of this episode. A lot of it, the actual the culmination of it, the big scene at the end, wasn't even animated. It was just a series of like 3 stills. It did its job so well.
The bit as well, this is where we get Tatsumu introducing himself to the doctor and proving that at a certain level, the rules don't apply or you can overcome them. The fact he didn't need to be invited in. Or did he? Was he invited in previously? Is this where the plot with his wife comes in?
Like, at the time, you don't know how he's in there. But the next couple of episodes make it kind of obvious that he's become friends with his wife. So did his wife invite them in?
It would not surprise me if that's the basically is going to be the ultimate betrayal of his wife. Who let's be honest, there's no love between these two. It was an arranged marriage or a marriage of convenience, or he was expected to get married to produce offspring to carry on the family line.
Yeah.
And he just did it for the sake of it, but wasn't even invested.
Because they thought his mother's going like, when am I going to get the heir to the line? When are we going to get the heir to the line? He's like, oh, it'll be all right. Like we can adopt one of the kids from the other families.
You can raise it, or you can get married again. I love that line where you can get married again.
Yeah. Yes.
Get to work.
You get the feeling there's no love lost between him and his mother.
No.
Seems to be a thing in this. Everybody hates their parents.
Yeah, it's is it part of the small village thing of there's no options except this? Is that part of the theme too? You're expected to be, if your parents were farmers, you're a farmer, blah 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 blah, because everything is rigid and stuck.
Yeah, it could be because it's like Megumi hates the village because there's nothing there. She doesn't want to spend life there. She wants to go to the city. Her friend, the one who was kidnapped with twin tails, whose name I can't remember, she wants to stop in the village, get married, take over whatever business her parents run. Natsuno wants to get out of the village as soon as possible because he hates it, because the only reason he's there is because his parents are hippies.
Mm-hmm.
I have a joke. It's relevant. What's red and orange and looks good on hippies?
Do tell.
Fire.
I thank you. There we go. I haven't done that in a while.
I think that is the only time. That is the only time tonight I will tell a joke and it was relevant. Yeah, his parents are weird.
They're fashionable hippies as well. They're just doing it because I think they're being edgelords because they're hot topic. They're like hot topic goths. You know what I mean? They're that sort of.
Oh my god, we don't have to do what anyone tells us. We're capable of making up our own minds, and it's like everything people are telling us is lies anyway. Don't trust the government.
Meanwhile, they've come from middle class backgrounds and worked they actually work for the system. Blah 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 blah.
Right, without a doubt, whatever they are doing, it's without a doubt mummies and daddies' money that he's paying for it, because neither of them have got proper jobs.
No, or they've been in the corporate wheel and this is the move now because they've made money through the very thing they hate. Yeah, it's hypocrisy. It's these people wind me up because.
Well, I actually thought when doing the first couple of episodes when you get to know you get to meet Natsuno, it's kind of like edgelord character. Oh my god, I hate my parents. His parents are going to be really, really, really nice people. He just doesn't understand them. It's the opposite way round.
No, because I saw him. The funeral of Toomey. The fact that Toomey made him a friend, and he sort of went along with it. But at the funeral of Toomey, that's when I 100% did a 180 on Natsumo's character, because he acted with grace and poise, and then we saw Masu acting like a fucking idiot. You know. That's the point that turned me for Natsuno as a character and made me sympathetic towards him, and realized that he's a deeper character than what they initially portrayed.
I'm still expecting some kind of spin on his character. It's like we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen with him, but it's kind of like I don't trust this anime enough to say yes, that's what's going to happen to him. There's got to be some crazy spin on it or something.
It's deeper than it. Like I said, I'm just joking that we're playing an easy mode. It's a simple story, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a soap opera. There are layers here. There's different things going on.
Yeah.
We're just getting it presented in a different way, and it's just easier to follow.
This is why I said before we went live, where it's like, it was like last week I said like this is kind of like it's Lost Boys the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I said I've changed my mind now. It's Blade the anime. Because do you actually think if he turns, he's going to end up being one of the bad guys, or is he going to fight for the forces of good?
No, I think he's going to be one of the pivotal points in this and how it goes, and maybe they bring him back. He could be the reason to find a cure. There's something, you know what I mean? He's not just going to get turned and join the rest. It's not going to be that simple. I'm with you there. I just don't know how they're going to go with it.
There's got to be something more in there somewhere. But I do like the way it's keeping me guessing.
Well, the fact that I suppose we'll get that, but yeah, he's not just getting to be the hero, no casualty sort of thing. But we're into 10th morning, the 10th episode, and yeah, like you said with Megami, she's not happy about being a vampire because just still nothing's changed.
Yeah,
She's still the outcast. She's still stuck where she is, and
yeah,
now she's no
love the
chance
fact
of
she's
getting out.
still stuck in this village. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's lost her chance to leave. She's probably hoping she was going to be sent to the city, so she could be a cool city vampire.
Yeah, but
I don't think Megan.
she's not even living in the castle.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have that chance.
She's living in that schoolhouse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like they live there. They might be allowed into the castle eventually, probably as like a servant or a butler. But it's kind of like, I do like the scene where they're all together and it's like, do this, do this, do this. It's actually the first thing. It's the first thing that actually shows that oh no, what's his name? Tatsumi. So the first thing that actually shows that Tatsumi isn't just in control of these guys. He has control over these guys. But for some reason, not Megumi as much as he thinks.
I think he knows that.
Is it because she's strong-willed?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he knows that.
Because everybody else seems to be kind of like, I want you to go and stand over there. Oh, okay. And she's kind of like, why? No, I want to stand over there.
Yeah, but that's her character the whole way through. So that doesn't.
It is. It's like they turned to the wrong girl.
But this is where it comes out that they're saying they don't have enough. And this is where it gets really interesting because surely, to me, the whole point of vampires, there are not too many of them, because if there's too many of them, then they run out of food.
Yes.
So I don't understand what the ultimate plan is to convert this entire village and how they're going to operate. And why they have the need to do that when they've lasted for so long. Has this been done before? What is the ultimate plan?
I have no idea. I want in order to try and work out exactly what the plans are, I need to know more about the people in the castle. Because obviously they have a plan to turn this area into some kind of like vampire wonderland. And it's like, but we don't know the reasons why. Whether they just want to create more of their kind, or whether there is like it's some part of some bigger plan to kind of like, I don't know, take over the world. But yeah, it's like this quiet little village in the middle of nowhere that's miles and hours away from anywhere. It's like it's secret vampire base. It's like starting somewhere small and quiet so they can like set their roots down and dig in.
But the fact that they had a whole fleet of moving trucks that seemed to be loyal to them means that and the fact that they took over the castle, they're not without means or power anyway. So there's something else. Like I said, the urgency of having to convert everybody, they don't have enough. There's something bigger afoot here. I think that's going to be the major plan. But we're getting drip fed it. We're not getting it all explained.
It's like one of the things that worries me in a lot of anime is the fact that we might not find what that is by the end of the series. Because is this one of those cases where they created series 1 and series 2 hasn't been put out yet?
That's a good question. That's something we'll obviously find out. But do you remember I said last stream that I was worried that they wouldn't have enough? How is this going to go on for 20? Like, if we're finding out that they're vampires so early on, like the first episode, we knew exactly what the plot was. And I'm going, what the hell are they going to fill 24 episodes with then? If that's not the reveal. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing where they're going. And I, like I said, I'm excited to get to the end, and see where this part of this plays out.
I love the fact that, like we say, like literally really early on, it was kind of like, it's like anime pretty much shows you they're vampires. Aha, they're vampires. Like episode 10, the main characters only realize for sure that they are vampires. Before this, it's kind of like they could be, they could not be. We're not quite sure. Now they are vampires. 10 episodes in, they have an enemy.
Yep. But we as the audience have known that from episode 1.
See that? Sorry.
No, just saying the fact that the way they're unveiling it and they're, in the show's time, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's not ruining it for me. It's not like, oh, I know that already. Because the way they're playing with they're doing the character stories, I'm enjoying finding out as they find out, even though I know. Now we've got a mystery of what's their plan. Why this, there's a purpose for all of this. It's not just doing it for the sake of it.
And it's going to be so much fun finding out.
Yep.
The only thing that worries me is because it's kind of like they haven't the actual characters themselves haven't had the realization of what they're up against until like the middle of the anime. I am worried that it's going to be kind of like a rush towards the end. But it's like, it could be like the building up of a plot, the building up of force to take them on, and then it's like it could all just happen as like in the finale in the last episode. I don't want that. I want more than that. I want like running battles through the streets.
I think the actual taking out the vampires, right? So taking out the vampires of the village is going to be quick. The main thing is the Shikis themselves and or whoever's left of our main characters and how that's going to play out. Like, for example, Seishin and shit. I was going to say Shiki, but not what do you call her? Sunako.
Oh,
that's a plot in itself. I think it's going to get resolved separately to the main one. That's going to be something that happens off to the side.
Yeah.
I think the Toshio and Satsuma thing is a battle off to its side. Who's that leaving? Natsuno. If he's going to remain human or be a vampire with Toomey.
I honestly think that Nasao is going to like join the human side of it.
I don't think it's going to turn that way. But what I mean is,
it's going to be in a way that ultimately will destroy him. He's going to be one of these pivotal leaps in front of someone and takes a sword at the last moment for him.
I think Toomey's going to sacrifice himself for Natsuno. I know we're jumping ahead here, but basically, episode 10, right, we're nearly there. Episode 10 is how the assault, all the stuff behind the assault on the clinic.
Yeah.
It's also the fact that they bite Satsuka and then just leave her and walk away and don't take her with them. But then this is also playing in, sometimes it turns, sometimes it don't.
But I understand why I understand that like they've revealed themselves to the doctor because the doctor can't say anything. They've left the body behind to make it look as if she has died under his care, which is a reason he because if he goes around like, look, I know she's dead and she died under my care, but it wasn't me. The vampires did it. That's one way of losing your license.
Yeah, I suppose taking her through the heart as well would kind of give him a bit of bother.
They're stitching the doctor up so that when everything absolutely totally goes wrong, it's going to be his fault. It's like if the news of what's happening gets out into the wider world in the tabloids or whatever, who are they going to blame? A bunch of supernatural creatures or a doctor who failed to save a single patient
and didn't inform because all the records have gone missing.
Yeah,
didn't inform the ministry.
It's.
I can see that. I can see that happening, playing out. Yeah, because there is a clever game being played here. Yeah, I see it now. I was just a bit confused why they were so determined to turn Satsuka, but then just left her.
like think about it. It's like we're there going like, yeah, this is a really nice simple plot. It just runs from A to B and it's great. Thing is, if you look really really closely, that nice little straight line is made up of knots, and
Yeah,
every single one of them is a little thing that needs unpicking.
yeah, that's what I said. They're doing it a different way from what we're used to, and it's not as jarring, if that makes sense. But it's still making it think, and I enjoy. Like I said, I love it. I'm enjoying myself. I'm
Yes,
loving that series.
it comes across as a really simple anime, but you just get something at the time. It's like, wait a minute, what did that person just say? So you'll
Hmm.
go back a bit, and it's like, is that related to? And then you'll skip out like half an episode or an episode and a half, and you'll watch another bit, and you're like, that's to do with this. This is to do with that. It's far more complicated than it comes across.
Hmm.
It's just not as complicated as having like 13 different plots running at the same time.
With
Looking for
50
you,
characters
agent.
that all look the same.
Uh,
Yeah, even
to get to the end of this plot, follow the grey line. All the lines are grey.
yep. This is the bit where Tatsumi. Yeah, that's a helper, isn't it? Yeah, Tatsumi.
Yes.
This is where they come up because they know who's finding out about them and stopping their plan. So this is them dealing with the doctor, but also in this one they deal with Natsuno. And then basically the thing Megami's been waiting for is, yeah, you can have him. Because she's been held back. Even though she's rebellious, she's also not crossing the line, if that makes sense.
Yes.
She knows where the line is, and her
Yes.
insubordination can only go so far. God, I
When
can't. What the hell's wrong with me?
it's like when she ran after Toru, she didn't go to like kill. She didn't go. She didn't go to kill. She just went to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Because she's still obsessed with Natsuno, and
The look on her face in the next scene there was awesome. We're talking proper like hands ripping at the cheeks, mouth wide open, screen, eyes wide open and shut. You could hear her screaming. You could hear her. It's like, oh, what a good one. That's great because it's like you've got Tatsumi approaching from one side. You've got Megumi approaching from the other side. Natsano takes a step back, and out of the darkness, these arms just come and grab him. One grabs his shoulder, one grabs his chin, yanks his neck sideways. These fangs appear out of the darkness, sinking into his neck, sinking into his neck.
but I was completely unexpected. That, like I said, Natsuno getting bitten, and
that was like that. I think that scene was. I actually think that scene was telegraphed a couple of episodes ago. Because it's like, yes, it's like who is the vampire that bites? Who's the vampire that bites Natsuno?
it was Turo, his friend.
Could only be one person. Totally.
I think the scene once again. I'll go back to that funeral scene because it was powerful. Where Natsuno comes into his own as a character, and comes in respectfully, and even the parents recognize him as a friend, etc. And that was his moment of not being the edgelord anymore.
Yeah,
which is a good edgelord character because you see the reasons why they are. But then when he actually makes a genuine friend, has him taken away, you understand why he pushes everybody, because that is a deeply feeling and caring person.
I think it's because it was Toru who bit him, is why he doesn't seem to fight it.
Yeah, that's what he's a deeply caring person, and when he makes friends for life. And yeah, that was it. It was just when he realizes who it is. Like, if it was Megami, he'd have fought the last breath.
Oh yeah.
If it was anyone else, he'd have fought the last breath. But he sees his Turo, he couldn't. Like, even that bit where Turo's knocking on his window and he waits outside, and even sees a bit Oh, sorry, that's later. Ship. Sorry. I'm jumping ahead. It's the next episode.
It's like jumping ahead is something to be expected because the story is so good.
This whole part of it, like I said, this is intriguing. Just it adds a new dynamic, especially so early on in 24 episodes, like episode 10. I would expect that towards the end as like a plot twist or something.
Yeah, this anime is a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. A lot of that is because of the animation style, but this anime is way, way deeper than I thought it was going to be, and I'm absolutely loving that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's just it's doing it a different way, but it doesn't mean it's simple. Isn't necessarily stupid. So we're not getting distracted with 15 storylines. We've got one storyline, but the characters are the bit that's taking this along. And now we've got this element with Natsuno and his friendship with her. And that's what I mean. This can go one of two ways. He's either going to be turned, and he's not going to be just another vampire. This is obvious. They wouldn't build him up the way he did. So he's either going to be turned as a vampire, but he's not going to succumb and he's going to fight back, or he's going to get cured. And that's when they discover how to cure people rather than just have to kill them.
So
it's the two ways, I think. The only two logical ways I can see this going.
So this is either going to be like Blade, the anime.
Yeah, he becomes a daywalker or anti-vampire or something. There's a
or I Am Legend, the anime.
I've not seen the anime because the film.
I'm going to say that there is no anime of I Am Legend. There's just a so, well, damn it! What was the Stephen Queen version?
Oh, you talking about Omega Man?
Omega Man.
Colin Heston, what do you mean?
Not necessarily. Yeah, because I Am Legend was also.
Yeah. Oh, Omega Man. Yeah.
Omega Man, which is
this is Charlton Heston. Oh, absolute classic.
Really? I haven't seen that in years.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my. Once again, that's another one I'll watch repeatedly.
I'm going to be honest. I almost said Kurt Sugar for some reason.
You're going a bit underwatery. Did you move your phone?
Oh, hang on a minute.
You went a bit.
My internet just dipped. Is it better
Stop
now?
streaming in the bathtub.
Streaming in the bathtub. I'm in the shower. My OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh God, that's. Links in the description, folks. Click if you dare. You want to see some real horror?
See Flea in the shower in his leopard song. You can't see the song. The belly hangs over it. Meanwhile, in Anime Land, Omega Man. I couldn't think of the name of the first film. I couldn't think of the name of the first film. It's either going to be Anime Blade or Anime Omega Man.
Yep, it was Omega Man. Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to watch that later. I'm very, very behind in my anime this season, but I
Good. Who am I? Right. So 11th Slaughter. Then we'll go back to meeting Akumi, the crazy witch woman, and this is her episode.
Can I just say, Akumi might be my favorite character in this, and I would totally marry her if she was real.
Akumi?
Yes. Because she's trying to do her best, but she is absolutely off her bonds, and I can respect that. I can respect that.
I just going to think we're crazier, but oh dear, that's what anime does. Talk about anime does that to you, wasn't it? Oh dear. But yeah, She's effectively a fortune teller.
I was going to describe her
I,
as a force of nature.
hmm?
It's kind of like this. Right, this is the episode that after all the after all the darkness, all like the intensity of the last few episodes, this is exactly the episode you need, and they put it in at exactly the right time.
Yeah, it's to bring you down again because
Yeah,
yeah, this has
like
been pretty dark up to this point, and there's
like
no hope for the village. Like the vampires are just playing with them. You know,
yeah,
there's no.
like they have no power to fight back, and it's like there's nothing they can do. No one is going to believe them. They're on their own. And but it's like, and they put in like a what is essentially a comedy episode.
Mhm.
It's a comedy episode that doesn't go too far. It still follows the plot. It still advances the plot. It's a great little like insert episode.
Yeah, and I still don't know whether she has abilities or not. If
I,
that makes sense.
to be quite honest, I haven't got the foggiest idea, but I think she does. Not have
I'd like
ability.
to think. Sorry, I'd like to
I,
think she does. I think I'm in that camp. I'd like to think she has ability and
I,
has actual power of
pers-
premonition.
personally, I think she's afflicted. Um, I think the doctor knows her incredibly well, but she hasn't been taking the pills he's been prescribing her.
Yep. But two times geckos equals vampire invasion. That was it. That I just knew where this episode was going.
No, it's like when I was doing like mundane job A, I saw a gecko, and then I saw another one,
And
and then
another one means that we're getting invaded by vampires. So
that's
take these totems,
that's
that's
another
10,000 each. So she's not that off for a rocker, do you know what I mean? That's 10,000 yen each
It's like
for my
damn.
services.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty good. I mean, the fact she's selling these damn things, it's just kind of like she's obviously a businesswoman at heart.
But is that not the whole mystery of being a witch? They're right. That's a whole trope of being a witch, and that's a whole tragedy, I think, of being a witch.
Yeah, the fact that basically you're
They're
just
always outcast. You know what I mean? They're always outcast. They're always shunned in public, but people always visit them in secret.
yeah.
That's always been. It doesn't matter, and that's the thing. Anime is doing it. You know what I mean? This is Japanese culture, but it's always the same with the weirding way, the woman. The old woman, the crone. They're never the attractive woman. They're always, but they've got the ability.
Hmm.
They're needed. They're necessary.
Yeah.
That's why they're never. That's why they're never destroyed, but they're always banished enough. They live in the outskirts, but they're always looked after as well
Yeah.
because they're needed, and
Right.
it says a lot about humanity, doesn't it?
The witch as a crone is totally has religious background. It's because witches tended to be old people because old people were wise. So they came up with like, oh, crone, evil, boo, hag.
But also, it's back to that whole knowledge as the apprentice and master. You know what I mean? They'll take a young girl on as an apprentice, but the years it takes to learn what they learn means that they're not an expert until they're old.
Yeah.
Because
with age comes wisdom.
yeah,
As the old saying goes. I can't wait. Can't wait.
one day I'll get wisdom. I very much doubt it, but it might happen one day.
Don't
I've
think-
had enough of go at life anyway to make enough mistakes to learn stuff. So maybe some of it will sink in one day. But
No,
hey ho.
the problem is they say with age comes wisdom. By the time it turns it up, you're too old and knackered to do anything with it.
Yeah. But that's the older saying, is it? Youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah,
But that's the human condition. That's something. But then that's where the point of legacy is. And I know we're, it's a tangent, but hey, that's the purpose of legacy. That we know as a human species that we can't do it in one lifetime, and by the time we get to the end, we're already on our way out. So that's the purpose of passing it on and not just holding it. And the point of vampires is that's why they're an abomination. They go against this, and the sexy lure of them is immortality, that you learn, you don't age. It's a shortcut, it's a cheat.
No,
But the reality is that you're shunned from the daylight.
Yeah, it's like one of the immortality is one of the reasons why vampires have to be monsters. It's one of the reasons why they are monsters, because I'll use the word mortal man to like someone who isn't, but no mortal man could cope with being given immortality.
And that's yep.
Immortality would drive people insane. For example, how many times do you think you could watch every single person you love die?
No, but then you become a shut up. We've seen this, even in Castlevania, or not Castlevania, flipping Vampire Hunter D. What do you end up becoming? You're sitting in your throne room, pondering pause, going, you can. The only reason to become a vampire is if you have hobbies. That's it.
You know what I mean?
If you don't have hobbies, don't be a vampire, because
because if not, you're going to try and kidnap Doris, and it won't go well for you. Look, Vampire Hunter Day got mentioned. We have to mention Doris.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still waiting myself. So who knows? When one of us unlock, is that not one of the things you unlock the secrets of when the wisdom shows up?
Yeah, but it's like oh, it's like I understand the meaning of everything. Falls over from an aneurysm.
Well, that was Douglas Adams. That was a joke. The philosopher discovered the answer, and then he has a heart attack. That was the whole thing of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, wasn't it?
I thought it was the young woman in Rickman's Worth who was sitting in like a cafe one morning when she realised how to add everything added up.
Oh, before the Vogons wiped out Earth?
Why everything was great and how everybody could be happy and love each other, but unfortunately she'd get to a phone. The Earth was destroyed to make way for hyperspace bypass. Cheers, Hogan.
Yeah. But then, that's a whole... No, that's a tangent. That's a separate channel tangent.
It's like terrible accident. The mice were furious.
Great.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is Ikumi is showing the whole point of being the crone, the age, and taking the age to build it up, but also knowledge and twisting your brain. And when you have that alternate reality, that you're shunned by the normie folk.
Yeah.
Anyone that's
normies.
Anyone that's any sort of weirdo or has interests or hobbies or studies different paths understands the general populace will shun you. And that's just part of it. But also, she's one of them people that's needed, so they're still coming to her, and she still is tolerated to a point.
See, she is the Shinto aspect in this. So she's like she's almost, it's almost like she's the old religion. So basically she is the witch of the piece.
But the fact that she can get the whole village to go mob handed up to the castle shows that she still has authority and power. So even though she doesn't use it and she gets kicked out of the off license when she's trying to get or in this case she's trying to talk to people, but generally she's down there trying to get booze. And the fact that she keeps get given it, once again shows her power. But when she actually does whip up the entire village to go and storm the castle, you're like, in daylight. Do you know what I mean?
In daylight. But we see like they're there pounding on the doors, screaming, and you see Tatsumi peeking around the side of the castle.
Yeah, through the secret door.
We already know that he, from the previous episode when he was talking to the doctor, that he doesn't obey the rules.
Or what, is he a vampire or is he a familiar? Not quite determined.
We don't actually know what he is, do we?
No. No, that's what I mean. And that's the thing with the show. Remember, I said at the start, once again, I didn't know how they were going to fill 24 episodes if we know what the main plot is. Now we're seeing, because it's the characters, where do they fit in? And to me, it's just interesting, in fact, more so than just a convoluted plot that you don't know where you are. They're making interesting characters and how each of them fit into their place and what role they play in this.
Damn it, why are they doing it so well?
But a strange scene in this was when Toshio gets him summoned to the coffee club. That I didn't get that scene at all. And the fact that he went and held these people in some sort of esteem as friends or something, it's such a random scene.
Yeah, it's kind of like it mentions. I'm sure it's in this episode. It mentions. I think it's I think Ikumi mentions that she's like when he goes to the clinic and he's like, we're gonna go, when she goes to the clinic and he's like, we're gonna go up to the castle, we're gonna like we're gonna face the or whatever the name is, and he's like count me out. No, you've got to come. You're one of the village leaders.
But so we know that because of his family lineage, it's
yeah. So it's like presumably being the village doctor gives him a position of power. Presumably that's why he's been called there. Because it's like talk some sense into this crazy old woman.
It's just the setup of the call. I mean, it's just a cafe, but it seems to be that these people are important in some way, but we've no idea why. They were just so random because we've had no hint of them up to this scene. Once again, another mystery.
I think it's just kind of like it's just. I think it's just like village bureaucracy, and it's kind of like what would happen in the real world if something like this happened. Bureaucracy turns up.
Yeah, I can say that, because we're playing with this anyway the whole way. Just who are these people, and why they're getting introduced now, and are they going to play a role again, or is it just a plot device?
I honestly, unless I don't know, war breaks out and they're called together again, we might see them individually, but I don't think we'll see them as a group.
There's a reason why they came to the cafe. That was important. We'll find out maybe why later, but
at the moment, it's that scene is a little bit too up in the air to actually put a finger on it.
They might have to come back to that one. That might get paid off later. But the interesting thing was that encountering the Shiki family themselves, so we can obviously get the mother, father, and
that's their name.
Did he have a pulse, or did Toshio cover?
I totally think he covered, because it's like right. My thing is like if he'd have outed them there, they'd have all died. Because it's like it's quite honestly that Mr. Kirishiki has quite a lot of power behind him. That individually. I mean, he's we'll call him a day walker, just in like honor of the first Blade film, but only the first Blade film. It's like he's obviously powerful because he's some kind of day walker. I honestly think the Doctor was kind of like he didn't out him just in case he literally could have killed every other single innocent person who was there. Because at least by lying and keeping them alive, they're not all going to die at once.
And they know, it's one of them, they know he knows, they know sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of like by lying and making Ikumi look like a fool, he's prevented anyone else from putting two and two together.
Because even the way that Mr. Kirishimi challenges him, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Please examine me, as if what's going to happen. There's this underlying, there's all this subtext in that scene.
There's as he's doing it, there's a knowing look that passes between him and Tasumi.
Yep.
It's like he's just kind of like an eyebrow raise and a smirk, kind of. passing look.
We dare you to out us right now. We dare you, sort of thing.
But
Why can't movies do this?
yeah,
Why can't multi-million-dollar movies do this?
because
Why does it have to be 2D? This is 2D animation, by the way, more or less. It's not, it's not your 3D graphic. The way this is proper
it is.
hand-drawn, old school animation.
Oh god, this anime is what, 15 years old? 2010, I think it came out.
And there's more freaking nuance in the characters and subtle scenes with visual expressions out of fucking painted characters than the whole of Hollywood could dream of. Even Hollywood's best performances couldn't dream of this scene. This is what has me invested in the anime. Anime stuff, when you actually get the depth of character that you see, and a subtle scene like
That's
this.
it. It's like. I mean, go back. Right. This is like 2010. So every frame in here would have been drawn on a tablet on a PC. Yeah. Right. Go back to like the late 80s and Akira, where every single frame was drawn on a piece of acetate,
and the 3D aspect is multi-layered acetate.
Yes,
It's not.
It's just like the 3D aspect of it is just parallax. The fact that when you move one frame forward, you move another frame the opposite direction, another one slightly further behind. So it looks like you've got layers of movement. It's like, God, I'm so glad the live action version of Akira fell through. But it's like you couldn't
fucking take away TD. That would have been a horror in itself. I shudder. Even that's in my nightmares of.
I still want them to make one day just to see how close they can get to it or how bad it will be.
It'll be.
It's kind of like
right. You've seen Ghost of the Machine, haven't you? The live action.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I'll do. How many times have you watched the live action or just went back to the original anime?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Sorry.
I've got to be quite honest. I've only watched the animated version twice, and I've only watched the live action version twice because I don't like the animated version of Ghost in the Shell. The manga is far superior. They're making a not Ghost. I'm not thinking of Ghost in the Shell. I'm thinking of Appleseed. Sorry, ignore me.
Give me talk about that a wee second. I need to be back. Give me a second.
Right. Appleseed. Appleseed, for people who don't know, is the work that the guy who created Ghost in the Shell did before Ghost in the Shell. It's set kind of like after a war when civilization is picking itself back up, and it's mankind is trying to create a utopia, but like all utopias, it's only utopia on the surface, and it's a complete horror show underneath with armed groups fighting against each other, robot weapons going out of control and trying to destroy entire city-states. They made an anime of it. They made a live-action film of it. They're both really, really bad. Read the comic. The comic is better. As for Ghost in the Shell, yeah, I see what Colin's saying about it. There's a new series of Ghost in the Shell coming out next year. Maybe slightly excited about that one. Hurry up, Colin! Oh yes, Shiki. I love the way they have managed to take a simple plot in Shiki and basically fit all these little pieces of information that flip backwards and forwards along the plot line. So every time you watch it, it adds something new and gives you a reason to go back and review what you've already the notes that you've already made on what you've seen. It's simple, but it's so tightly woven.
Sorry,
just
folks.
Amount of vampire.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I've 2 hours streaming a full pot of tea.
Ooh.
Something had to give.
I'll go to my pot. I've got a litre bottle of pop here that it's got a dreg in the bottom. I'm okay at the moment.
Yeah, God,
May not get me sleep later though.
no, that's ah dear. Yeah, that was like I said, that was a cool scene, cool way they ended that one, episode 11, because now they're going to take care of Akemi, but they've still got a plan. Like they could easily just round everybody up, and they could do this in one fell sweep, if that makes sense. But
Yeah,
there's something else.
The thing is, I think, like, if this does turn out to be like Lost Boys, the anime, I think Ikumi is going to be a big player of that part of it.
Oh, without a doubt, the fact that
Because she has got like because it's like we already know, like we already know that in this universe crucifixes work against the vampire Shiki, yeah, right. We know that like the little paper talismans, the Afuda, they also work against the vampire Shiki. Although the one that Ikumi slapped against Mr. Kirishiki's chest did absolutely nothing.
But then again, is that the more powerful a vampire can you resist for?
I think
As a masquerade, once again, the Vampire the Masquerade player,
I think
we understand this.
Yeah, I think he tanked it with blood points.
Yep. And then when he goes out, he's just going to be, oh, you know. And
when he gets inside, he's going to like rip his shirt open, revealing like a chiseled, muzzled chest with like a little burnt rectangle on it. I'll be like, ooh.
I like the fact that they use them both. They haven't westernized this.
It's the calamine lotion. It's.
I just like the fact that they haven't like completely westernized this, and we're seeing both. Like we're seeing the traditional, like it's traditional graves, etc.
Yes,
I appreciate that, because at the same time, I don't want to see Hollywood.
No,
I want to see, if I'm watching an anime about a Japanese, isolated Japanese village outside Osaka, then that's what I want to see. I want to see that culture.
Imagine it. Oh God, no! I don't want to think about if Hollywood got hold of this.
No,
Hollywood, Hollywood, if you're listening.
No. Thankfully,
keep your hands off the book, right?
Thanks to our friends, the localizers, that's never happening. Thanks to them, absolute muppets.
I hate to say this, but we have got so much to thank American localizers for in the anime community.
Mainly pissing off Japanese companies so much they're like, nah, we're going to use AI instead. Fuck off.
The AI is doing a bit.
We'll get it subtitled.
Like the AI is learning. It's not doing a perfect job yet, but it is learning and it will get there.
I'd rather that than some fucking Southern Californian twat, you know.
I love
using
this.
some Yankastani terms, going me, and
I love this anime, but this character is far too strong, so then I don't agree with what they're saying, so I'm going to make them talk my agenda. Go away, back in your cat.
Make your own shit. Make your own shit and see how well it does. Oh wait, you've tried that.
It's like, are you? This isn't what the guy says. No, it's what I think he should say.
I'm looking at you, Cowboy Bebop, by the way.
And I never watched the live action version of Cowboy Bebop. I've already seen the best one.
The actress put me off anyway. She was a thick, so I'm like, nah, not watching it. Guess what?
Well, hang on a minute. Have you ever seen the animated version?
Of course.
Faye Valentine is a dick. What are you talking about?
No, the actress was really. I'll find her post if she hasn't deleted it. I think she deleted it.
Oh God, no! It's all right. I know where you're coming from now. Social media.
Mm-hmm. Where the actors can't shut their mouths, and then they just. Oh, really? Is that the way it is? And you hear
it's kind of like they seem to think that because it's on social media and it's their account and it's not related to the agency they work for, the companies they're affiliated with, it's not going to affect anyone.
Well, it affected the fans because they all went nah and tuned out, and then it got cancelled. Yeah. So there you go. End of story.
I mean, it's like Snow White will never be the same again.
I didn't even watch
I
it. That's
consider the
fine.
last Snow White to be horror, by the way.
Oh, have you seen The Death of Snow White?
No, but I've heard about it.
That is hilarious. We covered it. It's hilarious. It's
Ooh.
a friend of ours, Calvin. He was the assistant director on it. It's not
Oh,
a
wow.
Seventh Street production,
Yeah.
but oh god,
Yeah.
you got to watch that. That is brilliant.
God, my movie to watch.
I still put it in par of the Sigourney Weaver's Snow White.
I need to watch this film.
Have you not seen that either?
What? No, I've seen Sigourney Weaver's Snow White.
Yeah, right. It's as dark as that.
Oh, wow.
Like the Queen is batshit crazy in The Death of Snow White. It's well worth a watch. But it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy. So you got to be ready for that.
Right, villains in some kind of like horror inspired, some horror inspired fairy tale have to be batshit crazy, because that way their stupid plans make more sense than if they were, sane.
She 100% pulls it off, and that is absolutely, you got to see that. You got to see The Death of Snow White. That was such a fun movie.
It's why villains always have to have stupid plans to destroy the world.
Mm-hmm. It has to be their compulsion. It has to be that it doesn't matter what they get, it's never enough.
If it was a sane, legitimate reason, there might be people out there who agree with them.
But that can be scary too. I mean, there's a place for the mustache twirling villain, and there's a place for like the cold, logical, what we're going to do. Like these people have the Shikis have a plan. I do not believe they're mustache twirling villains.
They are not. You know for a fact that whatever is happening somewhere in the depths of that castle, spread out on a big table, there is a campaign map. I bet you in a minute it's got figures, flags, everything. Everything is being done to the minutest detail.
Yeah, because we even saw with the clinic raid, the fact that was
that
organized.
That was run like a military operation. That one.
Yep. And the fact that Toshio didn't get killed was for a purpose. And I think there might be an offer made at the end of this. When they explain what they're up to and they go, this is for this reason, there's going to be a moral quandary. It's too clever not to be that. They're not mustache twirling,
I think at the end of this, the night is going to end in blood and fire, and things aren't going to be very good for the Kirishikis.
It's once again, I don't know. That's another thing as well. We're only guessing because the actual plot of this hasn't been revealed. That's the thing. We're all want to find out.
We've still got we've still got another
12 episodes after this.
We've still got another month of review of this. Come on, because that was it. It was like if it slowed down a bit or we lost interest in it, we'd take a break from this and do something else.
Yeah, but no.
Right. It's not the fastest. It's not the fastest plot. It's not the speediest plot. But it's not giving you. It's still not giving you a chance to lose interest in it. It's still bringing enough new little nuances every episode to keep you wanting to watch the next one. A sign of a good anime.
Yeah, that's what that's really enjoying myself here. The 12th episode, once again, we are getting more of an insight. For a start, the bureaucracy, there's only the new people turn up in the night shift. Everyone else has been sent away.
Why do you think these new people only turn up on the night shift?
I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the bureaucrat can't figure it out, a typical civil servant, has got the brains he was born with.
He's a Japanese wage slave. He's only got one brain cell, and it belongs to the company.
Yep. The Kirishikis, they're showing how they've covered themselves, and then we're getting the journey of Natsuno, which this is the scene. Sorry, I jumped ahead to.
Yeah,
he's been bitten. He's not turned yet.
It's Megumi 2.0. It's like exactly the same thing is happening to him as it was happening to Megumi.
Hmm.
It's like I think he understands that, but he doesn't care because it's like by being the victim, he's preventing Toru from attacking anyone else.
Yeah, and that's the bit that hasn't been explained.
Mm.
That they have this, they don't just go around take a bit from one victim or another. They have to like stay in that one victim until they're finished.
So I suppose it's a
That's a different part of the lore, the vampire lore that hasn't. This is, I think, this is the anime set. You know, what I mean, maybe a Japanese folk tale that's been mixed in. It's not your traditional European vampire, Romanian vampire lore, if that makes sense. So why does he have to keep coming back? He can't. He's compelled to come back.
it's like I think when Mao was targeting mother at the clinic. It's like when we were having the meeting outside. I'll call it the vampire dormitory. I've got no idea what it is. But that's Matty. No, that's not him. When the guy with blue hair was talking to the others, it's like the doctor is denying now her chosen victim.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, do they like are they capable of attacking more than one person at a
I
time?
don't think they are.
Or is it something about is that something about who they are, or are they only being allowed to attack one person at one time? Because the amount of like when you've seen like when you've been like seeing Megumi and talking to like hearing the other Shiki talk, it's like they are incapable. They are incapable of. They are incapable of. They're incapable of going against Tatsumi. They have to do what Tatsumi tells them. It's like there's some kind of like it's almost if that's why I'm asking. It's like he doesn't have control. It's like he doesn't. The control he has over them isn't just words. There's some kind of like
Yeah,
force.
and it's not just Master and Sarah because they've all Sarah'd each other in different ways, but
Yeah,
he's in charge.
because it's like because like whether somebody actually like animates back as a Shiki is completely random.
Hmm.
Because there's a bit where Megumi goes, Mao's going like he might come back as a Shiki, and Megumi turns around and says, "What? Unlike every single member of your family?" And she put Mao bursts into tears. It's like a giving cow.
Hmm.
What is
But
it?
we found out as well that Turu is actually holding off. He doesn't want to convert Natsuno, and Natsuno's wondering. You know, you hear him laying there, wonder why hasn't this happened again? Because he's obviously witnessed this. He knows the pattern. But Turu has been coming back, but he will not. He won't call him out. He's been holding off, using the last of his willpower.
Yeah,
Also, another interesting thing is Megami can't bite Natsuno now. She can't finish him off. She can't take from him because Turu bit him. So there's another aspect that we haven't seen before.
I wonder if that is just kind of like her choice because it was Toru who bit him. Because she didn't have any problem when they basically, how can I put it, gang banged Mao's mother.
But then that's the thing. They all gathered round, but at the end of the day, no, Nuru is the one that bit her first. She's the one that has to come back and finish her. I think that was another misdirect because yes, they all gathered round, but it's not like she would have been desiccated, drained completely if they all did it at once. Let's be honest.
They did kill her in that scene though.
Was she? Well, has she? Has she been buried yet? We haven't finished that bit off, have we? Did I miss
What?
that?
Yeah, like the mother, yeah.
Yes.
Right. When they like there's that awesome
So
scene.
she's not coming back as a Shiki at all, or has a chance to.
Right. We don't know. I don't.
That bit hasn't been. We haven't seen her body since.
No, no. There's been talk of digging her up, but then lots of other things have happened instead.
Yeah, so we haven't revisited that. We don't
Whether
know.
I've got that part yet or not, I don't know.
No, we haven't revisited. That's been left open. And I thought initially that was what they'd all made it look as if they'd went round and all fed on her, but I don't think they can. I think that was a show to mess with Toshio. Don't forget, Toshio could have been taken as well that night.
Yeah, I've no idea.
She could have been taken away. That was, like you said, it's to set him up.
Yeah, but it's
But
like the body was just for the funeral. The priest came along, did the rites over it. It got put in his coffin, taken away, buried. You think that they'd have seen the body? If they'd all attacked it, they'd have seen all the bite marks on the body.
but we haven't seen that bit yet.
We haven't. So whether they're there or not is purely conjecture and up to the viewer.
I think we need to I think we might revisit that because I don't think, from what I've seen, and that's something that we need to watch out for, I think, to see if it gets resolved, is I think the first vampire, the one that bites first, is the
Yeah.
only one that can feed off that person. And that might play into the lore of what part of the plan is, because none of the other, like Megami, I just think we see it more open with Natsuno, and this is just revealing to the audience the lore of this is what these scenes are about. Megami can't feed off Natsuno now. That's why she was crestfallen when it was Toru.
My take on Megami is the fact that, given the type of character she is, she wouldn't, even if she was offered, she wouldn't feed off Natsuno now because somebody else is bitten him. He's spoiled.
No, I don't think she can. I would disagree. I have a different.
That's why there's like the shrieking, eye-glowing, screaming face when it happens.
I think that it's because she can't now.
It'll be interesting to find out.
Yep, that's the fun. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point of this series. Why I'm enjoying it. We know what the plot. We know what the main thing is. Vampires arrive, but that's not the plot. The whole thing that's keeping us invested is all these little whys and how's this going to play out? How's that going to play out? That's what's making this such a fun series.
That's one of the things I love about anime, because there's no right. It's like, wow, it's such a nice simple plot. It's so clean. Right, there is no such thing as an anime with a clean plot. There is a spanner coming in this somewhere. There is something where it's like, whoa, I didn't see that coming, and the entire thing will change pace or change. It's like for example, like now that Natsuno, right, we pretty much, I think we're pretty much sorted with the fact that Natsuno, let's assume Natsuno actually died from being by I was going to call him Toro. Yeah, he dies from being bitten by Toro. Yeah, right. What happens if, when he resurrects, the story flips and you see the story from the other side?
That could be a thing. Yeah, that could be.
Instead of being the villagers against the vampires against the villagers. There are so many ways this could jump. I can't wait to find out which one it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The whole thing with Natsuno's father, they try to ward off the last, because that's twice now he's been bitten. It's just one more time.
Yeah.
And the brother and sister, they're trying to basically help with the wards, but Natsuno's father.
I love the fact when they turn up and is like, "Hello, more suspicious kids." She wasn't more suspicious about the first one.
Yeah.
What do you want? We've come to see your son. We want to make sure he's all right. No, fuck off. No, let them in, Dad. We brought you all these like religious things so you can fill your room with them so that you're not going to get killed. Dad's kind of like, I don't like these. I don't believe in them. That's my belief, and does them all else.
But that's a typical hippie anyway. It's
How can you have any belief if you don't believe in belief?
But I think it's part of the plot. He's, his intransigence is what's going to seal Natsunu's fate, which we'll see at the end of this episode anyway.
Mm.
Um, oh, sorry, yeah, because it starts off as Tanaka as the clerk, and I just wonder why they brought him into it, but now we'll obviously
Right,
find out why, because he's the last one to be turned.
right, yeah. Like he's the only one of like the council who's left. He's the only one who hasn't, air quotes, left their job,
Hmm.
which is kind of like keyword for being turned into a vampire.
Or bitten and sent away to die.
Yeah, because it's like whenever anyone early on in the series, those don't know, anyone who gets turned into a vampire, the very same day, or well, just after the funeral, pretty much the very same day as the funeral, the entire family packs up and leaves home.
Hmm.
And we do not know what happens to any of them.
Well, there was a no, because Sishini tracked it down. They all died outside, but because they died in different districts, the the records don't get pulled together because of the way their health system works. So that it's to disperse them, so that the pattern doesn't lead back to the village.
That's some good thinking. Damn though.
Yeah, that's clever. But then I love the way he just walks past and says good evening to
Oh yeah.
Megami, and
My goodness.
completely Megami didn't die quietly. She went missing and was searched for by the entire village, and she died very publicly. So the fact that he just goes good evening, and then as a second, oh, hang on a minute, she's dead.
It's like, oh, the woman's looking really well this evening. Wait a minute, isn't she supposed to be dead? And then there's just a bit where she just kind of like wraps her arm around him from behind.
Hmm.
Too. That is such a great line.
That was funny.
That was. Or I was kind of, I was like, yes, this is my focus. I'm sailing well on this.
The final scene basically where Natsunu knows that Turu has been coming, but he won't knock the window. He waits outside for him. That was really heartfelt.
Mm.
Because Turu is compelled to come back. That's what I mean. This has been shown a couple of times now. When they bite the person for the first time, they are compelled to come back and finish them off. The no almost no choice in the matter. It's almost genetic or like deep in their soul. That's it. Once they bite somebody first, they must go back. They can't just bite people and go on or take bits. They're compelled to visit the same person until they've either turned them or killed them.
See, I'm still asking, like, are they that compulsion? Is it
At
there?
that level, because we also have a scene in the dinner table where they're basically, they're drinking, they're going through the shenanigans of an evening meal, but it's blood. Obviously, they're getting poured. So at a certain level, the rules change. The more powerful a vampire is, obviously, the more they can do. But these are low level young vampires, like essentially children. So it's like they have to drink their formula milk. They have to drink for the teeth. They're compelled and must carry out these actions.
Yeah.
But honestly, this very final scene, I don't think there's going to be anything of Natsunu left because Toru just goes to town on him.
It's kind of like the bit where it's like, I don't want to, and then he literally just
Goes into a frenzy and rips him to shreds. It's like, oh dear.
leaping out of a tree. It's like, wow, the look on his face when he did it. It's like, okay, that's the thing. Damn.
So here's my question: if this had been like season 1 and that was the end of it, and we don't know if there's a season 2 getting made, how frustrating would this be?
The longest I've waited for a season 2 of something I really wanted to watch is 19 and a half years. I'd cope. Seriously, there was an anime called Spice and Wolf. It had season one. It had a season one. It had a season two, and then the gap between season two and what ended up being a reboot, 19 and a half years.
Well, we're not going to have to wait that. There's another 12 episodes, and we're going to carry on and get this done because
I am
there's
so
no
happy.
way there's no way I'm leaving this and spinning the wheel again for the next half to turn up. No way. I'm all right. I'm still chomping at the bit of a hell, girl. I almost want to cheat, but I'm not going to. I'm playing by the rules. But we left it that we were going to either, if this had turned out just to be flat, we were going to park the next 12 episodes and spin the wheel again. But that's no. I think we want to see this through.
Kind of makes me want to hunt out the book.
I still got Boogie Pop. I still have to read. I'm not bad anything else. I've got too much to do right now. I've got to behave myself. Got to be strong.
Great for propping things up because the books read a lot like the anime watching. It's it's basically it's a detective series that leaves all the brain work to the reader.
Mm-hmm.
Is the best way of putting it. Well,
no, I get it. That's
This is kind of like this is. I'm enjoying this.
No, that's a plan to get stuck in that because obviously I want to get them read before the wheel gets spun again and Boogie Pop and others pops up because it'll just be my luck.
Good news. Boogie Pop Phantom is a standalone story. Mm-hmm. One of the things that makes it as confusing as it is the fact that a lot of the things that are going in the background are story elements, the actual story of Boogie Pop and others. Like Boogie Pop Phantom is kind of like a spin-off from the Boogie Pop and Others novel series. Boogie Pop and Others is like the first volume of that series.
Right. I think that'll make more sense. But there's so many rabbit holes. Like I said, there's so many rabbit holes you end up jumping down, and you can see why.
Boogie Pop has been described as kind of like the Japanese version of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Well, I just mean even with like I've still got the series saved on a tab for Heavenly Delusion, which I want to get stuck into. That's the problem with doing this sort of stuff. It's not just surface level watching. This is a different experience than just watching a movie and reviewing it.
This is something we need to warn everyone who's watching who isn't in anime. Anime is not a rabbit hole; it's a black hole.
Because you want to you enjoy a series, you want to find more, and if the animated's only come out, it's only covering part of it, and you realize there's a manga series and there's a book series, you're gonna start collecting. It's like Shiki. Right, Shiki, the anime of Shiki is based on manga series, which is based on the original novel series. Yeah, don't tell me that. I'm trying not to look it up. Honestly, I've seen stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it this time. I'm not spending 60 quid on another series of books that I'm not going to get round to reading yet. And then frustrate myself.
Yeah, I have got two massive big piles. I've got Shield Heroes.
You're going underwater again.
I'm a Spider. So What is over there? I'm currently reading 286. Goblin Slayer. Being an anime fan leads you into a lot of reading.
No, absolutely. It's
a lot of people are surprised to hear that. But a hobby that is basically based around cartoons includes a lot of reading, even if it's just looking up. I mean, it's like but if you enjoy Dragon Ball Z, watch Dragon Ball Z. Don't Google the lore on it.
I never really got into it. To be honest, that's one I didn't get into.
I've never seen it. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z.
I never bothered. Like I said, it's the odd if it was happened to be when I was younger, like it popped up.
Yeah.
But I glanced at it, but I never watched it.
Yeah, I'll use
it's something it's completely. I never, just never got into.
Right. Oh, I'll use Boogie Pop then. But if you go to the first episode, the first book of Boogie Pop, the first book of Boogie Pop Phantom, the first episode of Boogie Pop Phantom, if you Google it looking for lore on it, you will probably find enough lore to fill a decent sized encyclopedia just on that one episode. Because there are millions of people out there, and everyone has their own separate opinions, and everyone has published them. And it's up to you to look through them and find the one that you like the best.
And then just dive down that.
Or find a blog by the author. Who basically out to like, I leave it to the fans to find out.
No, I also see my retirement is catching up and all that stuff. Like even Mariki-chan as well. That's another one. Like the manga is just bonkers. One I'll not be catching up on though is Patch Up of Horrors, because the manga is worse than the anime. That was the time where I read the manga first volume and went, no.
I'm glad you read that first, because it sounds like it saved me the job of like hurting myself with that.
Yeah, God, that when the manga's actually worse than the anime, you're like, nah. Shiki, I could see myself getting into this big time. I tried to watch. There's a Demon Slayer movie come out.
That is like the fourth, maybe fifth Demon Slayer movie.
Yeah, there's one come out. I tried to watch it just for a bit of fun, and to be honest, it was so childish.
Well,
the stuff we've been covering has, Demon Slayer, for example, is for kids. Like you said, it's for kids. Yeah, and I couldn't enjoy it.
Season one of I've only watched season one of Demon Slayer. Season one of Demon Slayer is an absolute tour de force. It is so good, but it's just kind of like
the third season. I've watched the 3 seasons of it.
It's based on a manga, and it's like you'll get some poor like manga artist like sitting in his like cheap flat somewhere in like I don't know Tokyo, and he'll be like he'll go to his editor, his contact, and he's like, do you know what? I've Goblin Slayer. I've decided it's time for Goblin Slayer to come to an end. I'm going to finish Goblin Slayer off in like 20 volumes.
Mm-hmm.
And the editor will be going like, oh, but of course you can't do that. It's got to keep going for at least another 100 volumes. So it's like they a lot of the big like manga artists they kind of lose a lot of the control of their work, and they just end up there drawing it out because the fans are loving the series and they're buying it. Everything's about money in the end.
Well, yeah, well, that always happens. So,
which is a massive. I mean, like I'm a big fan of a comedy horror romance called Call of the Night. Yeah. Season 2 of the anime is currently airing at the moment as part of like summer season 2025. Halfway through it, they released the last volume of the manga, and I am so disappointed with the ending of it. I will never watch an episode of that again. It's like the guy tried to end everything. He tried to give everybody the ending they wanted. He ended up giving everybody the ending that nobody wanted.
I think that's a moment where you have to just stay. You can't please everybody. That's the oldest tale of time. You try to please everybody, you please nobody.
But my investment, it's my investment in it. It hurts to have it ripped out of my soul. Damn it, he should have become a vampire. The two of them should have got married. Not whatever that was. Sorry, I'm ranting.
That might end up in the list. Who knows?
Welcome to the call of the night.
What I'll do? Okay, I'll make you this deal. If I get to do Hell Girl 2 Mirrors, then we can add to the list again. That sounds fair enough.
Right. If you want to do Hell Girl 2 Mirrors,
no, I'm playing properly. I wanna play the rules.
Just turn around and go like, we're doing Hell Girl 2 Mirrors.
No, we're doing it properly. That'll be it, because when Hell Girl 2 Mirrors appears in the wheel again and I get to do it, then we can add more stuff.
I actually think the last thing I
because that's what I want to go back to. I've got the box set in my wish list. which includes the live action, but I'm holding off.
Mm.
I think when it spins the wheel again, that's click buy. You know what I mean? And then, but this we're carrying on with anyway. Back to where we are, so we can wrap up because I think people are sick and tired of us. No,
Yeah,
we're just going full geek mode now, and this could be like a
well,
10-hour stream.
we were talking about the anime rabbit hole, which is very dangerous because you don't put your
Yep.
foot down.
Because you'll end up like us. You know what I mean? Just warning you, folks. If you're not careful, you'll end up like us, just complete saddos that just get overexcited about our little drawings.
I'm not a weeb. I'm an attacker, which is the proper Japanese word for weeb.
There you go. You're told.
Otaku. O-T-A-K-U. Otaku. Which is basically a massive. It's like, it's not a good word.
Now, honestly, this is
It's
fun. It really is.
fan, as in kind of like stalker. No, attacker. It is. I've got to be honest. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm getting to watch and rewatch some great anime at the same time.
And just taking the time as well to discuss them and the highs and lows and all that comes with it. You know,
Mentioning the fact that it's based on a series of books and watching Colin's face kind of like.
my wallet screams at me, "Go no!" No. But there you go, mate. Thanks as always. This is fun. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
Always a pleasure, Colin. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Thanks for everyone who turned up in the chat, and those of you that are lurking, don't be afraid to say hello. I see you up there. Little watch count. Come and say hello. We do talk back. Honest. It's our 5th anniversary this month, so we'll be back again as well. So keep an eye out for that. Plenty going on. HORRORific Publishing will have an announcement soon. But until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the type of things, and remember, keep it creepy, keep it horrific. Bye.